lacquer on it in 8 degrees of room temperature. And theoretically, it even after 5 hours, it should be sort of like I've spread the hood in honey. Right? It was like a sheet of bloody glass. Honest to God, you could smack it one. It's going, yeah, done.
Fuck.
And because it doesn't heat the paint. It passes right through it, and it heats the metal panel, and it sort of like cures the paint from behind. Right?
Backwards, yeah.
Yeah, so that all the solvents have time to escape. So, okay. So after doing 4 goes at 5 minutes each, you could hit it with a knuckle, right? No problem. So then I went round and gave it 10 minutes each.
Yeah.
And it's ready for flatting. Yeah. And you read up about it, it goes, oh, lacquer takes it. You can't really like even pick the panel up and carry it around for a week minimum. And it can take up to 6 weeks to completely dry out where you can flatten polish.
Yeah.
And this was like after an hour, it's gone, yeah, ready.
Fuck.
So it was the best 250 quid I've ever spent, mate.
I can imagine. Wow.
And I can put it in the workshop. After all this is done, I can put it in the workshop. And it can be a heater in the corner.
Nice.
And all it does is heat whatever sense I'm working on.
Yeah.
And me.
So as far as warming analog up, it's beautiful.
Right. And it's really, really cheap to run. Because the AC down there costs a fucking arm and a leg.
Yeah.
And having it on all day. Aye.
Yeah.
And of course, if you don't fix the keyboard, so i.e., you don't fix keyboard, you don't get money. So all that heating is
wasted, effectively. Yeah.
Yeah, but unpaid for, shall we say? And if and obviously, if the machine is one of the ones where it wants to be a bit of a cunt, say it's a Quadra, which is spelt cunt, you're just spending money. And at the end of it, there's always the possibility you cannot get it working. You have to give it back.
Yeah.
And all that heating, you got to pay for.
Yeah.
And the guy isn't going to give you the heating money to get his keyboard back still not working. So
no.
And that's what always was a pressure. Whereas this is like, mate,
revelation by the looks of it.
Yeah. So Fiona spoke to Jowl Paints again today, and she goes, "Oh, I got a little poser for you." And the guy is now going. He literally says, "Yes, Fiona. What now?" Right. Colleague's name, he's a really nice geezer. And she goes, we want to do the door shuts so that when the door's finished, it can be hung on the hinges and put back on. So that the door shut's already done, rather than try to spray around the door with the door on. It's a bit of a pain in the arse, right? And he goes, yeah. And she goes, and we've got I can't pronounce it, Aoka, or whatever it is, panel heater. And he goes, yeah. She goes, is there like a minimum temperature of the air that we have to have so that it can, cure the paint and everything like that? He said, it could be -2 in the open. You put the panel heater on it, and the panel heater doesn't give us flying fuck what temperature the air is. It only heats the metal. So it will cure the paint at 65 degrees efficiently, regardless of the fact it's -2.
So the only mitigating factor is whether it's fucking raining or snowing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And even then, if it's raining, it will pass through the water droplets unaffected anyway.
Yeah, but you don't want the heater getting fucking wet because then...
No, but you can put an umbrella over it and you're off. So, fucking sellotape an umbrella to the upright and you're good to fucking go, mate.
Or you could put a 3-sided gazebo over it.
hence the three-sided gazebo. And it's wide enough where literally you can push it over the back of the car, and they should be able to do the roof, the back wings, and the rear panel. Although, I'll be honest with you, I would rather wait until spring, because although the panel heater heats the car, I'll still be fucking freezing.
Yes.
There's a lot of rubbing down and fucking, welding, body filler, sanding.
You kind of need the sensation in your fingers to do that shit, don't you? Really?
Kind of, yeah. You need to be able to feel the panel and find where the low and high spots are.
Yeah.
But if your hand is a block of ice, it's a waste of time. You can't fucking tell. So I'd rather wait until the weather picks up a little bit before that. But like I said, we've got a ton of shit to do in between times. But that's more indoors. So, detailing dashboard parts and whatever.
Yeah.
So there's been a slight change of plan. Thank you, Fiona. She is now adamant that what she wants is a slightly a bright version, but maroon racing stripes. She doesn't want white.
Okay.
So we knocked up a photo in AI.
I was just trying to see that in my head.
Yeah, of the Mustang, but with these maroon stripes, which go more with the Velcro detailing she's put on the inside of the car.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what? It looks quite nice, actually.
Okay.
So, at first I thought, doesn't stand out very much, does it? But then the more you look at it, you're going...
Thing is, a car that size, does it really need to stand out anyway? Paint-wise, it's going to stand out by its fucking presence.
One thing that the stripings do, especially when you do it on the sides, is it gives the impression when you look at it that the car is lower than it is.
Yeah.
Now, the more squat it looks, the nicer. The more,
right.
So, so like I said, we used the AI and we looked at the results and went, yeah, okay. Yeah, that looks all right, actually.
Okay,
I like it. I like it. So, because one thing that a lot of people are doing now with their motors is when they put the racing stripes on. So you got a black glossy car. The racing stripes they put on is also black, but matte.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at it and you go, you barely notice it has stripes on it. But when you do, and you go, oh, hang on a minute, yeah, it's got racing stripes on it because the light absorption is different. And you go, oh yeah, no, it kind of works. But she's talking about this dark maroon, right? And so we're looking at the various stripe kits that are available and stuff like that. And she's spent like 3-4 hours going through them. And she goes, I can't find the shade I'm looking for. Yeah, I can actually.
Before anything else, Scott McCauley's just rescued that.
Oh, you little beauty.
Hang on.
Oh, what a sweetheart.
And there's the two of them. How about that, eh?
Brilliant.
Fucking love it.
How gorgeous is that, eh?
Anyway, sorry.
No, that's all right.
I saw that.
See if we can find this. Le photo. Here we go. Let's have a look. Because I've got to try and remember whether I actually sent it to... Oh, I probably didn't send it to... Oh, hang on. Oh.
Everybody, happy non-Thanksgiving.
How are you, buddy?
How's it going?
You all right, babe?
I actually was going to turn my camera on, but the phone said one of my apps is using my camera. I don't know what the fuck app is, so I just had to go audio only.
Uh-oh. It's probably a very incriminating video on YouTube somewhere now.
No, I have a lot of these apps for like 3D scanning and for like Google identification and a bunch of other stuff, and I closed all the apps that should be using the camera, but it swears the camera's still in use. I don't know what the fuck happened. So,
all right, hang on a minute. I've got to go and grab me pink iPad.
oh,
hello, dear. You all right?
How you been, Andy?
all right. What are you guys up to? Just business as usual, or is there anything special going on there today?
No, it's just business as usual. Kent's just been talking about he's painting up his the Mustang and all sorts of stuff. So yes, bless him.
Yeah, I normally have a Thanksgiving thing today, but my dad's stupid wife decided to have a thing with her dumbass kid today. So
Oh, okay.
we're moving that to tomorrow. So,
Okay.
yeah. So I get the day to goof off and do whatever I want, really. So I actually just got ready to start up a new project. Make another JDXI song cover just for hell of it.
Nice.
Because it's just so much fun to use the limitations of the keyboard, but the wealth of sounds and 4 tracks. Try to come up with something that's close to what I'm trying to cover. We'll see what happens.
Get on. Good for you.
I had a Blade Runner one abandoned for a while. I might have to go back to it, but it requires more hardware because you can't do it with 4 tracks.
Yeah.
But surprising how many things you can do with 4 tracks. Especially if you treat 2 of the tracks in different octaves as different instruments.
Yeah.
Then you can kind of cheat the system a little bit. So you end up getting 6 tracks out of it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. He dropped.
Did he turned up with his iPad and disappeared. I don't know what
he's swapping cameras, I see.
I think he's just trying to put the picture up of. They've had a rethink on the paint job on the Mustang, and yeah, he's
a paint job.
He's been painting it up for a while. So hang on a minute, the wife is texting. Yeah, Fiona's been.
Got it blue, right? Didn't it come blue?
It was blue. He's taking it black.
Wow.
But Fiona's keeps sort of tweaking the color scheme, so I think there's going to be maroon in there somewhere as well now.
He wants to be like Dom in the Fast and the Furious with the black.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
Yeah, he's going all Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Are you buying any Black Friday shit?
No, don't do Black Friday. Apart from anything else, I've got no fucking money, and I've got what money I do have. I'm actually going up to Kent's next weekend. So I've got to save all my money for that.
Oh. Is it expensive to get out there?
It is for me.
A series of trains, or what is it?
No, I'll drive up, but it's just I think this year has been challenging money-wise.
Oh yeah, know that feeling.
So yeah, every penny counts at the minute, but I have to go up, so I've got to, it's just like, well, I've got to do it.
Yeah, the only reason I can go to NAM is because I can drive at night when NAM is over, so the trip free for me.
Yeah.
So otherwise, I'd have to skip NAM this time, but I can't skip it. I love it too much. So
well, that's the thing. Sometimes you've got to make sacrifice, don't you?
Yeah, and I can make the trip free. Just drive enough, and I can earn the rideshare money to pay for it. So
I think because when I went up in beginning of October, I stayed over at in Kent's Town and then drove back the day after. But I can't do that this time. I just haven't got the money for the hotel, so I'll just take my time and drive back on the same day.
Are there decent cheap hotels or not really?
Yeah, there are, but it's still more money than I've got available. So
much.
Yeah,
there's like a Motel 6 equivalent there, like a cheaper but okay place.
We got a couple of things. We got like what they call Premier Inn and travel lodges, and they're cheap and cheerful. But again, it's still a chunk that I haven't got. So
still money.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah, because even the Motel 6s here, the one I stayed in Hollywood when I go to LA Convention Center for like SIGGRAPH and some other events that are down in LA and not in Anaheim. I stay in Hollywood, Motel 6, and that's like $120 a night or a little bit more than that. And that's a Motel 6. It should be a hell of a lot cheaper than that. So,
yeah. Hang on. We've worked it out why Kent's disappeared.
oh.
He's installing Tahoe on his Mac, and Chrome won't work while it's installing. So
he will never learn. He's going to be on the bleeding edge, eh?
well, no, I can understand it.
It's fun, but if you don't really use the features, who needs it, right?
Well, yeah, and not only that, I mean, my studio Mac is mission critical to me, so I don't update that unless I know everything is going to work.
Oh, exactly.
So,
I mean, even gear, like my Machina Plus, last time I did an upgrade, it didn't brick it, but it messed it up for a while, made it unstable. So then I had to wait for the next update before I could start using it reliably again.
there he is. He's back and he's on the iPad now.
Yeah, look.
Hey.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, how dark it actually is, isn't it?
Yeah,
The other camera looks like it's fucking daylight in it. Look, you believe it?
Got an audience?
Were you sleeping here, missus?
Bless her.
Yeah, fuck's sake, mate. I can pay you for a room for you so you don't have to go back to sleep night.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, if anything, it helps me because that means you can come back the next day and get the rest of the computer working.
I'm fucking hoping I'm going to get it done on the day. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you haven't seen this fucking yet, have you?
I'm bringing shitloads with me. I'll bring a fucking spare Mac with me if I have to. You think I'm joking?
Yeah.
Well, you have a down computer as well as a working one?
I have. I'll tell you what I got recently for nothing. Hang on.
Here we go. Now, the reason I'm putting Tahoe on is I'm hoping it fixes some of the fucking stupid, shitty problems that it has got.
Really? Like what are some of the problems?
Oh, just weird shit. Like the spacebar decides to not work for 10 minutes every fucking day.
That I got this for nothing recently. Right, it's a Mac Pro.
I was beta testing those before they came out when I worked at Apple.
I got it. It had I think it was a 6-core in it.
You need a wine rack to put it in. So
yeah, 32 gigs of RAM. It's now got a 10-core, 20 thread. It's got 64 gigs of RAM, and it goes.
You know what's sad about it though? It was the early days of it was supposed to handle 4K video.
Yeah.
Early days 4K video. And so we had some of these cameras I was testing. One is this Canon D1C. It's a $15,000 camera body. Yeah, and it's actually belonged to Phil Schiller, one of the guys who's always on the Apple.
Phil Schiller, can't innovate my ass. Yeah.
Yeah, he owned that one because we didn't want to buy it and they wouldn't give us a free one. So I had to go to the depot, pick up his, and very carefully walk it back to my office because if I dropped it, I broke Phil Schiller's. And, so it was kind of nerve wracking. But I shot all the stuff with it. We had to buy a special memory card for it to get the best data rate to shoot 4K video, and we get it, and it's like it's choppy. The fuck. So I don't know what happened. It was weird. Oh,
strange.
Yeah. It was bleeding edge time. Now 4K is nothing, but back then it was a big deal.
Yeah. Well, I don't actually run Mac on that. I run Windows on it because I don't own a Windows machine anymore. And it runs it beautifully. So, it's just a really good Windows machine.
Yeah, I love Boot Camp. I wish they didn't get rid of it. So
yeah.
And when in a pinch, I just run what is that called?
Parallels.
No, Parallels is okay, but there's the one that Oracle makes that's free. What is that one called for loading images on? Haven't used it in a while, so I forgot the name of it.
That's all right.
It's one of those boot environments. So you take an image from another computer or Windows or whatever, and you boot it. Someone in the chat, I can't read the chat here, but someone in the chat probably knows it. I'm sure Wagyu, if he's there, he'll say it. But
Wags is in the chat. He'll know.
it's one of the. It's owned by Oracle. I don't think they made it, but I think they bought it. And it's a free hosting environment. There's like DOSBox for games, and there's a couple other ones out there like that.
Yeah.
This is the one that's meant for full-on Windows environments, and it works awesome. And you can run that on anything. So,
Nice.
and then my Macs are all Intel anyway. I don't have any new Macs.
Yeah.
And they still run great. So I don't have any latest and greatest anything. But what's great is I can on a single Mac I can have a Linux environment, the Windows environment, either Boot Camp or the emulator of some kind, and I can have all the different Mac emulators for the old Mac era stuff, the Mac Plus era and the Mac 2 era and the Quadra era, and they can all run on the same computer. So it's like a super box. It does everything.
Excellent. Wagyu says VirtualBox.
VirtualBox, that's it. I knew he would know. Shows how much I use it. It's been a while since I used it, but I have environments with all kinds of cool shit loaded on them. I can just boot up whenever I want. They're just on USB sticks, and I just fire them up and then put them on any computer I want, and it's super cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the way to go. I don't want to be everything tied onto a box, just everything installed. It's nice to have mobility and portability.
Yeah. Yeah, no, mate, you're right.
Which is why I'm mad they got rid of iLock on some stuff, because I like the fact that you could carry the installers and iLock and go to any computer and have fun.
Yeah.
You don't always have to carry the computer with everything installed on it.
Yeah.
There's even a thing for a while called, my brain is fried again. There's another really cool technology, stick-based application environment. And probably come to me eventually here, but they have a Mac version and a Windows version. And you basically, what's cool about it, as long as your USB port works, because a lot of work sites lock down your USB ports for security. They don't want people bringing in malware and stuff. And, Trojans and all that shit. So, but as long as your USB port works and you can launch the app from the USB stick, it launches a temporary environment with tools that you've decided. And it's mostly open source stuff like Open Office.
Yeah.
What's the Audacity? Like there's a little bit category for everything. There's music, there's audio, there's graphics and desktop publishing and word processing and all that shit. And you go in there, you pick the stuff you want to load. It downloads it to the stick, and you can go to any Windows or if you got the Mac, or you do the Mac version, and run these programs. And you don't have to have admin rights on the box because you run it from the stick.
Yeah.
You don't have to install anything. It's really cool.
Nice.
All these like mobile apps that they have are really cool.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I haven't used it for a long time. I haven't needed to, but there were some environments I used to go to where all you had was USB stick. You couldn't install shit.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to hack the admin profile, so I just use my stick.
That's the way to do it. If it works, don't know,
Yeah, and it's free too, of course.
Yeah.
Tools and open source, environment, and just need a decent USB stick. Dump it on there, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah, so some clever folks out there making stuff like that. It's kind of nice to have, things you don't have to install.
Yeah, it does take a bit of pressure off, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just kind of a pain. And again, you always have to have that computer with you, and that's not very practical if you're on the go a lot.
True.
So you carry a pocket full of USB sticks, and you're good to go. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Definitely.
But yeah, one of these days I'll get a decent new Mac. I'm so behind the curve on that. It's just like you said, it costs money, and I don't even really need them right now. I'm actually perfectly fine with what I have in a couple Windows laptops I have, and my Mac stuff. I have a MacBook Air, and I have I think it's a 2015 MacBook Pro. I forgot what era it was. 2015, 2016, something like that. So it's
2015 was the best one they ever made.
yeah, it's not that old,
In,
and it runs great.
Intel wise, it was, in my opinion, it was the best one they ever did.
Yeah, and then I have one just before that has a drive in it. That was the first Mac I bought in a long time.
Yeah.
Which actually got me the job at Apple because I had time to play with all these Apple tools.
Yeah.
After I bought it, and then I got the job, so it was a really good investment.
Hmm.
But it's great because it's a 15-inch screen, optical drive, fairly sleek for having all that built in.
So that would be what, 2012?
2014, maybe 2013, 2014, something like that.
With a optical drive in it?
Yeah, well, it's like the last one they had a drive in, and I maxed it out. I got the I didn't get the Retina screen, but I got the one just before the Retina, the good quality screen.
Yeah.
I forgot they called it, but so yeah, I got a decent amount of memory, decent amount of. It has a platter drive. It's not solid state. And it has, but it's still booted up faster than my Windows box.
Yeah.
Fucking platter drive, and it still boots faster.
That's impressive by any stretch.
Apple just was more efficient. It always booted faster than Windows, from my experience.
Yeah, it always has. As far as in everything that I've done, it's always been quicker.
The only time it didn't is back in the era when you watch all the extensions load on boot up.
You know, right. Well, yeah, that was before I started using Mac. So.
Oh really? Oh, okay, yeah.
I've not been
all the way back to the Mac 128K, actually, the original. So
what was the OS? I think it was 10.3. I started on Mac.
Okay.
So it's it's a fair way back.
Still had the classic environment to play with.
I never really got into. I never used it because it just wasn't something I was interested in.
Well, there's some tools you could only get until they finally moved them over. The fat binary apps.
Again, it was it wasn't what I was using it for. So
yeah.
I mean, I've thought about running classic, but I haven't because I've got a 2002 iMac which would run it. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, there was Motorola. Then there was the PowerPC stuff.
Yeah, that's
and then they went to Intel.
Yeah, the G4 iMac is PowerPC. So.
But yeah, it was good. Good
stuff. Yeah. Where is his Pubness? He's fucking around trying to find a photo, and he's also updating his Studio Mac, which stops Chrome working while it's doing it. So he's in limbo, shall we say?
Yeah. So I'm not on the bleeding edge at all anymore. Just I read about stuff once in a while, but I'm not 100% up on the latest and greatest because it's just I'm not into it that much like I used to be.
Yeah, well, I don't give a shit how old my stuff is as long as it works and does what I need it to do. That's all I care about. So,
but like back, a long time ago, people were like, "Hey, you got this processor and this thing and that thing." It's like, who gives a rat's ass? Like
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm on a M1 MacBook Air now, and my studio one's a M2 Pro. But yeah.
I mean, my first game PC I built from scratch. I purposely bought a Celeron processor because the Pentium 3 was too expensive.
Yeah.
And we overclocked the Celeron, and it was just the same. Like the game still went like a bat out of hell. The problem is the Celeron wasn't as beefy as
Yeah.
you hoped it would be. So after a year, the CPU burned out, and I finally had to buy a Pentium 3. But it was so cheap by then; it was fine.
Yeah.
So it was good, but it was fun. But I had one of the first fully software settable motherboards, no dip switches at all.
Really?
Oh yeah, you go to the BIOS, you can fucking do everything.
Excellent.
And that was really nice. If I had waited done it a couple years earlier, I would have been pulling my hair out because those old school motherboards with all the goddamn, switches and all kinds of little settings on there. You have to do manually, jumpers and things like that.
Yeah, I remember
Pain
those.
in the ass.
Yeah.
When they're set up, they're fine, but it's just getting them set up.
Well, that's the thing. It's getting it all set and working properly, isn't it?
That's why most people just buy a configured system like Dell or whatever. It's just. But one of the tricks was also you buy some kind of a Dell on sale and just swap out the parts you don't like. That was another cheap way to do it. But I really wanted to build something because it was just seemed like a fun thing to do at the time. And it wasn't bad. Yeah.
Waggy's just said, I'm glad I don't have to worry about IRQs anymore.
Yeah, exactly. DMAs and RQs and all that bullshit.
Hey,
Finally.
here he is.
Hey.
I return.
But, sometimes you'd load like a game like Duke Nukem and DOS or whatever, and you got to check the DMA and IRQ settings for your card, your sound card. And what a pain in the ass that was.
IRQ 5, come on. 220 address, it's straightforward enough. Come on, what's the matter with you?
Yeah.
Good God, sir.
Yes.
I used to
And
love
even further back, you had to use QEMM to give your stuff more memory.
Yeah.
Fucking 640K memory.
Yes, I remember those heady days on my my 286, I think.
Yeah.
Then when I got my 486 DX266, fucking fly, man.
Did you ever play that DOS game called Gorilla, where it's all ASCII characters?
No.
Like he's throwing bananas at you. That's supposed to be parentheses.
There was Rot, Rise of the Triads, Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
What was the other one? NASCAR, but it was really, really basic version of NASCAR.
Yeah.
The Papyrus one. And a couple of other little ones. But the reason Duke Nukem and Rise of the Triad came about was because my mate used to come over with his PC, set it up on the other side of my bedroom, and then we'd have an RS-232.
So this is Duke Nukem 3D, not the side-scrolling Duke.
No. This is the 3D, yeah?
Yeah.
And he'd have the RS-232 cable between them, the serial cable between them, so that we could network game.
Yeah, sure.
And we used to play that for fucking hours.
Oh, it was great. I love the Hollow Duke. You freaked the guy with the Hollow Duke.
Yeah,
we used to play after work. A whole bunch of us would go down to this the CAD area where the guys are doing CAD stuff. Take over a bunch of computers and play Duke till the wee hours.
Yeah.
On a really fast network. So we had like 4 or 5 people in there, which is great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it started to become like, especially when you had like these custom maps.
Yeah, the best one is called Ziggurat Vertigo. It's just kind of low gravity mode with rocket launchers.
That's it. Yep,
and
that one.
Damn, that was fun.
Yep. But the thing about Rise of the Triad was it had all this sort of like dystopian environment and everything like that. But then you had this deathmatch thing you could have if you had a network connection.
I don't remember if I played that one. I know the name, but I don't remember the
Yeah, you had the rocket launchers and all that sort of stuff. So it was very similar to Duke Nukem. And the enemy were dressed suspiciously like SS officers.
Castle Wolfenstein was the classic series too.
Even though it didn't say that, but there was a certain Nazi element to the enemy, that you could not ignore. But I think that the first game I really got into proper, you played on your own at least, was Max Payne.
Yeah, Max Payne was good.
With bullet time.
Yeah, you got your painkillers, your steroids, or whatever.
Yeah,
and the bullet
I used to
time.
love playing that.
Yeah, it was cool.
So, but the amount of time and effort I invested into playing NASCAR with Steve on his, because that had network as well. Literally, tire pressures, wheel cambers, you name it, angle of the spoiler, everything, and then we just race against each other with the rest of the pack. And man, so we do Daytona and what was my favourite? What's the big one? Oh, fucking Talladega.
Oh,
racing at Talladega is like yes, So we do the whole qualifying, then behind the pace car and everything, then fucking floor it and everything like that. And we used to play that for hours on end.
Yeah, I didn't get too much. Had some racing games here and there. The stuff we sunk most of our time into, speaking of first-person shooters,
Yeah.
was the Marathon series on the Mac. Marathon eventually became Halo, but
Oh, right.
for
Okay.
many years it was Marathon. Before that, it was Pathways into Darkness,
Yeah.
and they they're really great games because you actually properly aim. Like in
Yeah.
Doom, you just shoot straight and it goes up and down. There's no
Yeah.
aiming
Yeah.
really.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Quake and Duke Nukem, you could aim, but
Yeah.
Marathon was one of the first ones to actually have proper aiming. Weapons with multiple uses based on the key you push.
Yeah.
So you could have a equivalent of a assault rifle with a grenade launcher on the same gun.
Yeah.
Most games didn't have that. You had to switch weapons. So
Yeah.
it was very powerful. Graphics are great. It's a sci-fi oriented story. And really good custom maps. We'd be stuck in there for hours and hours and hours.
Well, we used to challenge ourselves because, I mean, Steve became a helicopter pilot, for real. And he trained, first of all, with Cessnas and stuff like that. So we used to do this thing in Microsoft Simulator.
Oh yeah,
Landing, the airstrip just off of in the just off the coast of, I say the coastline of Chicago. In the lake
yeah.
area. Anyway, I think it was the default starting with the game as well. But we'd set ourselves challenges, like you'd be 2 miles out and then have a complete engine failure at 2,000 feet, and you had to do everything in your power to be able to reach the runway and land safely.
Wow.
And we then go a bit further out, and just keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. So when the helicopters were introduced into it later on, which I think was Flight Simulator 98, I think, they put helicopters in it. And Steve's going, no, this is not how a helicopter reacts at all.
Yeah, I used to. There's one in the arcade that was pretty accurate.
Yeah.
It was a VR type game, and it was hard. You could crash really easily in that one.
But I think the one game we really got into in the end was when Unreal came out.
Yeah, for sure. Unreal Tournament. Yeah.
Yeah. And you remember the original Unreal before Tournament?
Yeah, sure.
Which is like, how hot can your graphics card get? Let's find out. Sure. Is your graphics card melting?
Look, Unreal Engine is still super popular out there for stuff. It's a really good engine. So.
Well, it was kind of the start of the whole rendering thing, wasn't it? Really, it got adopted by the industry as a rendering engine.
Yeah, you got to have the cards, and you got to get better and better and better.
So, and yeah, playing that to death as well. It's all like, Jesus Christ.
I really liked flight sims. I liked F/A-18 Hornet. It was a really good jet fighter simulator. Really accurate, really fun. And on the Mac, you could easily, as long as you had the ports, you could easily support 3 monitors at once, no question.
Yeah.
So we had these little Mac parties that play like games and copy software and all this shit for years.
Yeah.
And a guy would come over to my house sometimes, and we would set up the whole place. And on this big bar we had in the kitchen, he set up 3 monitors at angles, so you get the side views, and you just fly. And when you do the bank turn, it was so awesome. Everything synced up perfectly.
Yeah.
It was really cool. So we had a
lot
of fun.
Whoa! Guten Tag.
Hey.
Peppers?
Whatever the fuck that was.
He's throwing a
Hey. Nice to see you all.
Good to see you, buddy.
How's it going?
Speaking of which, right? Tomorrow's PSN. Matt.
Yes.
Are you in for a pleasant surprise with Mercury 8?
Oh, don't tell me. That means I've got to buy it now.
Mate, even I'm there going, fuck.
Yeah, it sounds good, doesn't it?
This is the best one they've done yet.
Yeah.
Above all the others. Right, forget all the others. This, right? He does a 1-to-1 with a Jupiter 8. Right? Then he takes original Jupiter 8 patches and loads them into the software.
Yeah.
And then it compares them with the Jupiter 8. Right?
No shit.
So it's not sort of like programs. We're talking numbers now. How it interprets the data to the slider selection amounts and stuff like that, right? You wait.
Stop
Fuck.
talking.
Wait, do you like it better than the Roland Cloud one with the ACB?
It's much better.
Really?
Oh, God,
Really?
yeah.
Because it's
Better
modeled. I mean,
laboratory
it was
as well.
modeled.
When you get the preset sounds, the sounds, the standard library that came with the Jupiter 8 when she was built, right? So it's got the standard library. He loads the standard library into the software, and then plays something on that one, then plays something on the the MIDI remote keyboard, and then plays it on the Jupiter 8. And they're going, fuck.
Wow.
Well, you know what I've got to do now? If it's that good, we've got to build that fucking MIDI controller then.
Yeah. And
And then we'll put it into the JP8 case.
No.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
because it will be purpose built for one thing. You
That's
put a-
all I want.
No, but I mean,
No, that's all he wants.
yeah, that's all you want. That's fine. But everybody else, we have 1,000 VSTs that we want to control.
Fuck everybody else. I don't care.
Well, you see, the controller thingy, the controller board that I've got, which I still got to send one to bloody. Still got to send one to Andy.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah. It's the way it's designed is it will work with anything, any plugin at all. So you're fine. So what you can do is you can have one that's sort of like generically laid out, and you just have overlays that you throw on it.
Yeah.
Depending on what VST you're using. But our boy up there wants a dedicated Jupiter 8. So it's not that it's looks like a Jupiter 8. It is actually a Jupiter 8. It's an actual Jupiter 8 case.
Yeah.
And inside is
Raspberry
a
Pi playing VST.
a controller. Now,
Yeah.
it could take it to the stage further where you can load the Cherry into a on-board computer within the case. So she's a standalone Jupiter 8 now.
Yeah.
There might be licensing issues, but I think I know the guy you need to speak to. So it might be a one-off, but we'll be able to do that. And that'd make it kind of cool in a way.
You can make it like a plug-out board, just like the System 8.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah. But, I mean, my dream, if I may add something, and Matt, I'm sorry, but fuck you.
No.
Yeah.
No, but just like 61 or 76 note keyboard after touch, poly after, maybe, but money, right?
Yeah.
One screen in the middle, doesn't have to be a huge fucking screen. Something that you can just write names and which VST you're programming. And at least 64 rotary encoders, at least. And I mean, that's just generic, and it's got MIDI learn, right? All the VSTs have MIDI learn, so you'll have to program a lot of things. It's not like it's not going to be in it, but it has everything. I mean,
I suggested exactly that concept to Novation, and they said to me there won't be a market for it.
well, fuck, I
I
would have
think-
bought it.
I suggested that to Novation about 5 years ago, and they went, "Nah, not going to do it."
Well, here's the thing they have. though.
the difference with
Novation
my
X
controller,
Station-
the difference with my controller is, it's not digital encoders; they're analog controlled. It's no stepping at
Yeah.
all.
Very
Right.
smooth. Yeah.
Oh, make it MIDI 2.0 too, compatible.
But
Now you're
if
pushing
you,
it,
if
boy.
you want the many encoders on a box, get a Novation X Station. Not only a good synth on board, but it's a full-on MIDI controller with sliders, knobs up the ass, and it's
Yeah.
amazing. You got stick, XY pad, audio interface. I mean, they were amazing at the time. They're still great.
Yeah, but I mean, seriously, that would be my dream. And better than that, you have a website where people can share. Okay, I've programmed the CS80V, and there it is. Download it. So you got a map right there.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's one of the things that are built into the new Cubase 15 is all these pre-configured maps for different
Right.
instruments. So when you call up the instrument, the map is sent to your controller, and it's already mapped out, ready for you to control that track. But it also swaps them out as you switch from track to track in the door.
Ah,
New Omnisphere has that too, right? All the mapping.
But now they've introduced all the MPE mapping for various keyboards as well. So as you go from track to track, everything is then already pre-set up for you. And then if you want to make any slight adjustments, like you want it pressure to do something else than what it's actually programmed to do, you can.
nice.
You know. So we are getting there, but if the day we get a proper industry standard in MIDI, I'll be cold in the ground. So they've got to get it sorted by at least Tuesday.
You cannot die on Tuesday. It's my birthday. Don't you fucking dare.
Oh well.
Well,
okay.
anything to get out of buying you a present.
I don't want a fucking present.
You're the present, Kent.
Yeah.
It was my birthday last Monday.
Was it?
Yeah.
You kept that fucking quiet.
Yeah,
Happy
I
belated.
don't. Yeah, thanks. I don't put it on Facebook because
Well, happy fucking birthday, you miserable
thank
sod.
Yeah.
I turned
Happy
60.
birthday, you cunt.
You what?
I turned 60.
Fuck off.
No.
I'm 60 years old.
Yeah. Come on.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, that's my name.
It's true enough. So in about a week and a half, I'm 63, but I'm still able to run down to the workshop and run back again. I mean, I'm talking full pelt.
Run?
Run.
I don't think- I don't think I've run in about 20 years.
I was like proper run. Even Nelly was having trouble keeping up.
I would say, how do you run to keep all those dogs? You don't trip over them?
No, they get out of the way.
Oh.
And when I got back in the kitchen, I got this big smile on my face. And Fiona goes, what were you smiling about? I said, I just ran full pelt down to the workshop, grabbed something, and ran all the way back again. And she went, yeah. I said, I'm not out of breath or anything, and nothing hurts. And she goes, you bastard. Wait, what? She goes, I hurt going to the toilet. Okay, it's true.
I'm in pain just sitting here. So, you know, I'm not even joking. Fucking wish I was, but
Oh, this reminds me, I must just get somebody asked in the chat for a photo of what the Muzzy will look like.
yes.
Yeah,
With the maroons. Let's have a look.
Oh, you did the AI, or is it going to be the real one?
No. This is an AI representation
Right.
of what it should look like.
because they've changed it again, or Fiona's changed the idea
Fiona's
again.
changed it again, and they're not.
Well, of course, because
Here.
you know, Fiona.
Gerard, yes, it is seeing the NAS again. So, yes, he's
Yes.
just asked.
Yeah, it just sort of like just went. Yeah, okay.
7th, prom. Right, we'll have to get that in the diary, mate.
Syncing with iCloud paused. To use iCloud on the Mac, you must accept the new terms and conditions.
Yeah.
Okay, where the fuck are they then?
Should pop up there. Or have a button.
Update back account settings. Continue.
Is it true that in the terms and conditions somewhere there is a reference to not using an Apple product to create a nuclear device? I'm fucking sure I've heard that.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. I have read the... Yeah, fucking right. Do you agree? Yes. Are you a robot? No, I am not a robot. Okay, here we go. It's updating to the iCloud now. Poorly.
I'm surprised I don't have a thing about don't use this for pornography or something like that. Actually, one of the 3D programs I used to use had a clause when you agreed to install it. Please do not use this for a pornographic animation. Because it's a very religious guy who made the software. So.
Do you know what? I use iPhoto, and there have been occasions recently where I've tried to edit photos of Hayley, shall we say?
Uh-huh.
Right? And if it
Uh-huh.
detects a naked person in the picture, if you make any alterations to it, it fucking pixelates it.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
And you can't opt out of it.
Welcome to the free world.
It's a fucking arsehole.
So, what's that program?
iPhoto.
iPhoto. Well, yeah, that's Americans. Yeah.
Is it the one on your phone or just the desktop one?
But both, all of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Trump
get-
is
gets-
trying to.
Well, you got to
Get-
go to
Gets
See
onto the
that?
tits in more ways than one.
you got to go to use Photoshop or something the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. You have to-
That's it.
oh, that's beautiful.
You have to upgrade to iPorno. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, it's a big license fee for iPorno. So
Nice try. Nice try.
Yeah.
he's still looking for his photos.
Tit pixelator software by Apple. Yeah.
Right, right. So the photos have not updated. As in, what the fuck are you doing? No, won't update them. They should be here.
Oh, Kent, get this.
Darling.
Just in case the board didn't work yesterday, I contacted a Behringer service centre.
Okay.
Right. The guy emailed me back, and I have never been basically told to fuck off in such a short, succinct manner. Right.
Go on.
I deleted the email because it was just like, you're a wanker. Oh, actually, I might be able to read it to you. Hang on.
This should be interesting.
Because I explained it to him, what had happened.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I've got to find me deleted folder now.
What, Behringer substandard customer service? You must be kidding.
This is a British service centre.
This should
Hang
be
on.
interesting.
Give me 5 minutes to find it because it was yesterday. So
Yeah, but I don't
Fuck.
want me. Where is it? Yeah, we don't want that. That one. Right, mute that for a start. What the hell is that pointing at? Wish I knew what I was doing.
Hey, Ken, quick sidetrack. I know you're a sci-fi guy. Have you seen Foundation on Apple TV?
Oh yeah.
No.
You should check it out. Asimov's show.
yeah, get this. Found
I
it.
haven't
What?
read the books yet.
So I'd emailed him, explained to him what had happened with the output board. This is the reply. Hi. Not able to easily assist, and Behringer have updated their system. I can't ID this part anymore as Behringer have changed their system, and it's impossible to prove the part, I think. It is available, but none of the part numbers tie up. If it is, then it's probably about 10 quid, but not really sure. Honestly, I'd change the jacks and be done with it. Mike.
Wow.
If that isn't a fuck you,
What happened? Did something break?
the Behringer stopped outputting audio. It was the Model D, Dom's one. So I pulled it out of the rack where it's been since I got it. Pulled the half-inch, quarter-inch audio cable at the back, and it was corroded. The jack, the actual jack was corroded.
Wow.
So I opened the Model D up. I could probably show you actually. Let me just drop these onto my desktop so I can.
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't get to do. I didn't get to buy anything from Dom, sadly.
This was. Let's just see if that's the one. Yeah. right? This was the state of the. There we go. You look at the corrosion on this output on the sockets. Can you see all the green on there?
Yeah.
Right, but not only that, just the sockets
Wow.
were covered in moisture. That's about all I can tell you. Moisture. Took the board out, left it out for a week, and it didn't dry. So it must have been an oil of some kind. But it was only, yeah. Well, I wish. But it was only on the output jack sockets, nothing else, just those. So Kent found some replacements, and they soldered it. They wouldn't come off. He said, just fucking break them off to a degree.
Is your place extra humid though, in general, or not really?
Say again?
Your place, is it humid? Very humid?
No, because I checked everything else in my rack, and everything else was perfect. It was only Dom's one. So long story short, I got the old sockets off, put new ones on, and it's working like a treat now. So for some reason, it just, they got corroded and buggered up.
Is it not synchronizing it?
At least it's working. But yeah, thank you, Behringer, for your help.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying in general, Kent, don't they put like a final coat of something on a circuit board before they close up the box on a product, or is that only like premium stuff?
Probably the premium stuff. They're not going to bother too much about something that costs 230 quid.
Yeah.
That's
Dead man.
Retail.
Dead man. I would have worried. I would have sort of thought about that, but it was so localized that it was really, really peculiar. I don't think it's an electrolytic leak. It certainly doesn't look like it.
It wouldn't have gone on there from an electrolytic leak anyway.
And it's certainly not as localized as it was just the jack sockets. It's almost like,
or as wet as it was.
Yeah, and it was wet.
That was wet.
Yeah.
That photo you showed me looked like it had a fucking bath.
Oh, there we go. Probes. There was some stuff about oily substances in deep mines, if I recall correctly. Oh, right. Behringer jizz, yeah. And he's putting his own mark in every single synth he sells.
I never had that problem with my DM12, but
Yeah, I haven't either, thank goodness. But
well, like I say, it was bad enough that it corroded the jack that was in the socket as well. So I don't know.
and it's weird that there's nothing else that had water in your rack.
Yeah.
So it must have been there for,
Well, it must have been there since I got it from when Dom's stuff was sold. So
yeah.
that reminds me, I got to use my Model D. I haven't used it more than 3 times since I bought it.
it's funny. I didn't notice any of that though when I opened it up when I got it to calibrate the unit. Don't recall having seen anything like that in there then. But
Was it way off when you got it? Is that famous problem?
It was out. It was quite a way out.
That's another problem. They can't even calibrate their shit. I mean, I know it's cheap, but at least send it out calibrated.
Yeah. Well, like I say, it shouldn't need to be done again. So
At least the M12 has auto calibrate, so it takes about an hour and a half.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Well, it calibrates everything.
Oh,
It
right.
goes through every fucking thing.
Oh, I remember seeing something about that. Yeah, some pop up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't used my D-12 for a while either.
Yeah. No, I do that once in a while, like once a year,
Right, okay.
I think the one I used the least was the Neutron. It's nice, but I just haven't used it.
I've rarely used mine, to be fair, but there are plans afoot for certain things like that. So,
Well, Manny got the Proton. It's still in the box.
really?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking hell.
seems to be quite the endeavor, Kent.
Uh-huh.
Da.
He's going through all his censored iCloud stuff first. So
Is Is it pixelated?
All the blurred out iPhotos.
Yeah.
Is Fiona in the picture?
Yeah.
Now just try to get it to do simple. It's like,
Those aren't seat cushions.
You know, it's funny. So when Japanese CD-ROM porn was popular back in the mid '90s on Macs and stuff, you'd see them at Macworld Expo in the adult section and stuff. And you couldn't get porn from Japan that wasn't pixelated because that's how they did it over there. Because they said it was it's just the standards they had where you couldn't show pubic hair and you could show something going into the blur, but you couldn't show what's happening in the blur.
okay.
It's a full-on porn, but it's blurred. And they say, oh, it's blurred to enhance eroticism. I'm like, no, it's a fucking blurred, censored image. So
Yeah.
I bitched. I bought a CD-ROM, and it looked fine when I glanced at it, but I didn't know it was blurred. So I sent a nasty letter to the company called A6. And I said, this is an American audience. We want to see real porn. We don't want to have censorship. Do you guys make anything, can I get a replacement of something that's, and we have something right up your alley coming out shortly. They sent me a free CD-ROM called Samurai Pervert Interactive.
Oh.
And it was actually uncensored. It was very entertaining. There's a role-playing porn game. It's hilarious.
Oh, that's better.
Role-playing porn game.
I love the title, Samurai Pervert Interactive.
Wow.
And the video was stunning. It was like the best CD-ROM video you ever saw. It's a new codec they had.
Well, heard that.
Heard that? Okay.
Yep. Right, now, here we fucking go. Now it should work. Okay, so the original idea was for her to look like this
Oh.
in the white. But Madam went, no, we don't want it in white. We want it in the maroon like this.
Oh.
Oh,
I prefer white.
I do too, but she is boss.
Or purple would have been nice.
Yeah, because don't
You
you want
know-
those
Well, the
stripes
thing
to
is-
stand out? That's part of the point, right?
Well, yeah, the thing is, they're there and they don't actually sort of go "Bah!" in your face. But also, this colour marries in with the velvet interior parts that she's done in that kind of maroon colour.
And it almost matches your hair.
Almost. Mind you, my hair changes colour every day.
Yeah.
Because it's not permanent, so every time I wash my hair, it gets slightly pinker and slightly more gay as time goes by. So, by the end of the week, I'll be walking around with a butt plug. I'm sorry. It's just the way it's
Just
going to
make
be.
sure it's a
Unavoidable.
Bluetooth butt plug. That's all.
Yeah. In a
Bluetooth.
dress. And I must admit, because when I wore that dress for 2 or 3 days, because I had no clothes, because everything was in the wash, and it was a thoroughly enjoyable experience, and I can't recommend it enough. It's really great wandering around in a dress, especially a light summer one.
Yeah,
I was in a store the other day and I looked at it's like a candy section and they had these big ring pops and I said, that looks like a butt plug trainer.
Yeah, just don't cough. You'll end up shooting a dog.
Yeah.
Shooting one of the dogs. Siri, you okay? What the hell hit me? So anyway, that's pretty much how she's going to look as it stands. However, at the moment, at this moment in time, it doesn't look like that at all. Here we go. This is what it used to look like in midsummer. Let's have a look. Put one of them in, and one of them, and perhaps that as well, just for the hell of it.
Yeah, and when I was there, it was hidden under a tarp, so I couldn't even see it.
Who? What?
Yeah. When I was at your
What?
place, I couldn't see it. It was
Here we
hidden.
go.
Oh, I've seen it, and I've heard it. And
Oh no, I know it sounds fucking amazing.
Right, here's what the inside of it looked like back in August.
well, the last time I saw it, it was basically as misty inside as a tropical rainforest.
Yeah. We see this panel up here, this top panel.
Which-
I can,
which-
how do I,
which-
oh,
Which bit are we looking at?
yeah, exactly. How do I get it to point? I
You
got to do a
can't.
show. How do I do the show screen thing?
I have no idea.
I've seen. Come on, because even fucking
Oh, the telestrator thing.
even old what's his mush can do it. Old Andrew can get it to be up. I don't know. See where the roof is,
Yes.
right? See where the rear screen would go.
Yeah.
You've got that metal bar going across there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on the right hand side of the picture, it all suddenly changes shape. That's because it's completely rotted away,
Right.
Right.
Damn.
right? And I've had to refabricate and weld in that whole spar again, right? And it's just everywhere on the car. There is bits and pieces where it's gone, right? So everything that you see there, you see where the on the left-hand side of the picture, where you would the part of the car that goes from the roof down to where the boot lid would be, right? So you see where the wheel arch is,
Yeah.
right? Well, above that, about a foot above that, near where that side window is, you see that hole in the panel?
Yeah.
That's a rust hole. That's supposed to be metal there.
Yeah.
It's gone. Completely. And it's like that all over the fucking car. So we've had to replace all of that. It's just, oh, mate, it's just, oy, 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 oy. It's just so bad.
Yeah, but
That's
when
why so
you're
many
done
cars are
with-
plastic now.
See, so now inside the car, up the front now, this is where we put a lot of the rust treatment down and put in new plates and, you know, repaired all the fucking great gaping holes that were in the floor as well. Yeah. So that looks really nice in there now, would you believe? So,
Yeah, well,
but the reason we don't take the car cover off it very often is well, mainly because it looks like this. Hang on.
well, yeah.
You know what you want. You know what you want to do. You want to start renting that out as a space, fucking Airbnb for a while, just to pay for the restoration.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you say the door fell off at one point? It was so rusted.
Yeah.
It was so rusted, the whole bottom of the door dropped away. Yeah.
Jesus.
So, and it was so bad, I ended up having to buy a new door.
Wow.
And although the door was, well, it was $513.
Wow.
It is now $790 because of the tariffs.
Yay.
Yeah, so well done. Because the doors are made in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Right, and shipped to the U.S. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I drive a Toyota. I'm worried about future costs because of tariffs. So
yeah. Well, perhaps what you should do is rise up collectively
it would be a good
and
idea.
get rid of the fat cunt.
Well, he's slowly dying. If you pay attention to the news, his
Why
mental decline,
wait? No,
his physical
if it was a
decline.
dog, you put him out of his misery now, wouldn't you? So just shoot the cunt in the head and get rid of him.
Well,
But
the
this
problem is
time,
everyone's worried
don't
about
aim at
Vance
his
getting
ear.
the reins. You know, you don't want Vance in there either. But
Yeah. So yeah, so it's getting there, but I'd love to get some of the panels back on it. That would be nice. So like I say, they're getting there.
I mean, there was a speech not long ago where he said the reason we lost the Revolutionary War, one of the reasons is we didn't have enough airports. You go find the clip online; it's hilarious. He's so out of it.
Oh,
Depends how much.
mate.
Depends how much he smoked, I suppose. Really, doesn't it?
He's just out of it. I mean, he said Biden is dopey and senile, and he is, and so is Trump. They're too old.
Oh, yeah, but the thing is, when he wasn't so dopey and senile, he was he you know he didn't have an excuse of being a cunt.
No, he was always a piece of shit. So
Yeah, it was always a. I mean, this is a guy you just want to just scrape off the bottom of your shoe. Like
Yeah.
when Fiona says to me, she goes, "Oh, you want to hear what Trump said now?" And she finds it on YouTube, and I go, "Seriously, I can't stand his voice,
I know.
his fat fucking face,
Yeah.
anything about him." I
His
will
colour,
quite
everything.
happily
Yeah.
go to my grave, never seeing or hearing that piece of detritus in a fucking blue suit again. Right?
Yeah. Well,
There is
you know,
no.
he's always
there's
thinking
no
up the place
level.
because he wears a diaper all the time.
Yeah, but the thing is, there is. I mean, what's that thing you said to the reporter?
Called her a piggy, didn't he?
Piggy. Yeah.
Quiet piggy and all the
Oh,
rest of
yeah.
it, right? That kind of thing.
He hasn't looked in the mirror.
Have
Yeah,
you
exactly.
got in your country? Do you have any reporters who have fucking testicles? So
Yeah.
that when he says something like "quiet piggy," that the reporter turns around and goes, "No, you shut the fuck up, you fat cunt."
Well, anytime
Loudly.
anyone's even tried to remotely do that, they lose their access to talk to him. So that's the thing. They don't want to,
Well,
The best-
why
the
would
best-
you want access to
because
talk to
that's
a
their
dog
job.
shit?
He's a vindictive asshole. So, you know.
Well,
Did-
yeah,
did-
but
did
you know
you-
what?
did
She
you see-
would be famous, and she would get a job at another paper that wants to dig him in the fucking arsehole.
Did you see the description of him by Oliver Kornitska?
Go on.
Behold, the festering carcass of American rot shoved into an ill-fitting suit, the sleaze of a con man, the cowardice of a draft dodger, the gluttony of a parasite, the racism of a Klansman, the sexism of a back alley creep, the ignorance of a barstool drunk, and the greed of a hedge fund ghoul. All spray painted orange and paraded like a prize hog at a county fair. Not even a president, not even a man, just the diseased distillation of everything this country swears it isn't, but has always been. Arrogance dressed up as exceptionalism, stupidity passed off as common sense, cruelty sold as toughness, greed exalted as ambition, and corruption worshipped like gospel. It is America's shadow, made flesh, a rotting pumpkin idol, proving that when a nation kneels before money, power, and spite, it doesn't just lose its soul, it shits out this bloated obscenity and calls it leader.
Wow.
Fucking love
Pretty,
that.
pretty spot on. Who said that?
Oliver Gronitska, I think
Oh.
is the name.
Do I take it he doesn't live in the United States?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, they got his number now, right? If he's here, they're going to track him down. So
It's like the article they were running on YouTube over the last couple of days saying about how the phone, the Trump phone, is a scam and people haven't received their phones yet and all this. I'm like, really? It was a scam?
yeah.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Maybe
How
it's
fucking
from China.
moronically dumb do you have to fucking be now?
Well, yeah,
to
remember
fall
the
for a
Trump
scam?
watches? One was $100,000, and they found it on a Chinese website for like maybe 10 grand. Yeah, because the unmarked. And once he puts his name on it, then all of a sudden it goes up to $100,000.
Well, I can't remember who said it to me. They go, "Oh, you can't keep saying things like that, especially on Facebook like that. You won't be allowed into the United States." I'm going, "I'm agoraphobic. I couldn't give a flying fuck." You know? And then when they said about, he's like suing the BBC, and this highfalutin lawyer turned around and goes, "Well, there's no way he can sue the BBC. It's literally impossible for him to do."
Yeah.
Right? He said he can have a court case against the BBC, but he has no jurisdiction to be able to tell them to do anything.
Well,
even if
technically, he can't
wanted.
sue the news agencies either because it's freedom of speech according to our Constitution. But he can put pressure on them with all these business deals and like the whole Jimmy Kimmel thing where he got fired and came back because.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? Jimmy Kimmel is more famous now because he got fired.
Yeah.
And it's the same if a reporter turns around to Trump and gives him as good or hopefully better.
Some people have it, just
Than they
didn't,
get.
didn't last.
Yeah, but the thing is, because of the way the media is structured, both here and there, it won't get out there. People won't really get to hear about it.
That guy Jim Acosta gave him a good talking to a couple of years ago, and that didn't go too well. So he never did it again. So
Yeah, this is it, And even then, I mean, but the barefaced lying to such a level.
Yeah.
And I must admit, I love spitting image interpretation of Trump. It's delicious.
Are they still doing it?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, they've had a lot of videos pulled down. They just make more.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
But when you've got him with his tiny crown, tiny little crown on his head, and it's like I think the one that has been taken down is the one where he asks his colon for advice. And you see this little tube come up from under the desk, go, "Hi, what do you need to know?"
Did you see the South Park
I have things
episode
I need
with
to ask you.
the fat Trump guy in the desert? Did you see that episode?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah,
That was pretty wild.
yeah. And there was one where he was in a good mood, right? They go, "So, Mr. President, how are you today?" He goes, "I am in a good mood. Probably the best mood that everyone has ever been in. People say it's the best of moods." All this sort of thing, you know.
Yeah.
And that was another thing. Somebody said, what was it? They go, "How do you know when Trump's lying?" When he says, "Some people say, I read somewhere."
Well, to be honest, it's like the old
There
saying,
was
when he
this
opens
guy-
his mouth is when he's lying.
Yeah.
He's always lying.
The vaguer the source, the bigger the lie. You know, people say, what people?
Yeah.
Oh, people.
Lots of people. Yeah.
And it's a shame that I'm. No, it's not. That's the thing. It's not a decent impression. And the thing is, I would love to be able to nail it,
Yeah.
right? So I could run with it. But I actually detest
Yeah.
having to watch him
To
to be
practice.
able to pick up his mannerisms.
Yes.
Right? Now, if I'm doing, let's see, because I saw a stand-up guy do an impression of him the other day, and it was fucking incredible.
There's the guy who goes on Howard Stern is the perfect copy of him. Yeah.
George Washington. No, it wasn't George Washington. You twat. It was Denzel.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel. This impression was incredible. It was just him.
Well, the guy on Saturday Night Live as well. Forget his
Yeah,
name.
yeah. Well, this guy, imagine 50% better.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, every mannerisms, the position, everything. It was just gorgeous. It was absolutely fucking nailed, And it'd be nice to get a decent impression of Trump so I can do things with it. But I don't want to.
That sounds slightly sinister. That I want to do something with Trump's impression.
Yeah, I mean, I could really go to some dark places with it. But the thing is, I would be throwing up into a bucket trying to do the research.
It's true.
Because
I
I
don't
can't
watch much content
stand
anymore because I
seeing
can't
or
stand it.
hearing him.
So
Because if I was doing an impression of him, that's fine. I'm on the other side of it, projecting out, rather than have his stench coming in.
There's
Well,
imagery
he has
you
a real
leads in your head.
you see people making faces around him because he smells all the time. He's always like shitting in his diaper.
Man.
He's a stinky guy.
Yeah, well, anybody eats that many fucking burgers, Jesus.
There's the famous Nancy Pelosi clip. She's sitting next to him at a table, and you see her face suddenly turn like she smelled some rotten eggs or whatever. And I think he let one go right next to her, or he had filled his diaper or something.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because
Guess what? It's something I wouldn't be applying for ever. Which is a shame because I love America. I love it. So many things about American culture.
Yeah.
Least of all, the cars. Oh, the cars. Now, I don't mean the crap that they drive around where everybody's driving around people carriers that look all the fucking same. I'm talking about the proper American cars, right?
Yeah.
Even the Chrysler 300Cs, right?
Yeah, it's funny though. A lot of the European cars that come here now are also boring. Everyone's just made boring cars.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. But the whole American muscle car era.
Oh yeah.
And let's make this big. Yeah, fuck it, let's make it big. Or they go, let's make this really stupid fast.
I mean, I had a '73 Chevy Impala. It was no slouch. It didn't look like glorious like a Mustang or whatever, but
Yeah.
it was a fun car to drive. I drove like a maniac in that
Yeah.
fucking thing.
But that's it. I mean, we got the icons of the Aston Martin, particularly the DB4. We've got the Rovers, we've got the Jags, all these sort of things. The Italians have got a plethora of beautiful, beautiful machines, as did the French. But they kind of gave up after a while, in much the same way we kind of gave up at the same time as well. And then, America gave up with the muscle car, what, 74, 75?
Well, gas prices were so high.
Gas prices, and it sort of like killed the market.
There were some later Corvettes that looked pretty good.
Well, true enough. And every now and again, you get a little gem come along. It's come back beautiful now with, the GTOs and the 550 Boss.
Look at the new
Muzzy.
Porsches. They're boring.
Yeah, but this is it. They go off in a different direction. They'll come back at some point, probably. But you look at the new Muzzy now. The 22 to 25 Muzzy. She looks fucking gorgeous, and goes like stink. And I'm sorry to say this, but I've been on YouTube, and there are very few Americans who know how to go around a corner in one, and even less how to do a burnout in one without putting it into a fucking tree.
Sure,
But there again, they would do that here as well, because it puts so much power down on the road.
Oh yeah,
It's ridiculous, But it's good to have it there. Doesn't mean you have to use it, kind of thing. And they sound delicious as well.
Yeah.
Speaking of Aston Martin, just a quick note. When on my way to your place, I saw a DB5
Yeah.
in the wild, like on the road. I've never seen a DB5 here, ever. And I was like a kid in the window. Jesus Christ. That was, it's a lovely car. Even more beautiful.
There's a guy in Torbay that drives whenever the weather's good, he drives his DB4 all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a stunning car, that is.
Yeah.
Well, see, this is it. I can understand. Like next door's electric thing. I don't know what it is. It has detail, it has styling, and it separates it from the other cars. But the general shape of it, when you glance at it, it
boring.
looks like every other car on the road. Sort of.
Yeah.
And
Well, look, even remember on that time I was in Vegas, I jumped on your chat here, and there's a Lamborghini SUV.
The Urus.
How stupid was that? It's just,
yeah, well, there's always the weird and the wonderful. It's like that Momo Mirage. You know the Momo Mirage?
no.
It's an Italian car. It never really got out of production, into production, but there was about 140 prototypes of it made, and it was quite an interesting looking car. Not striking, but interesting. But the thing about it was the V8 lump that they put in it. It was muscle, American muscle car meets Italian styling, kind of thing. Definitely had the sound. God, did it have the sound? But it never really got anywhere, unfortunately. So, but it seems to be an awful lot of Lambos and like whatchamacallums, Diablos and stuff like that.
There was a
Yeah, there's a lot
Lamborghini
of
gathering in Palo Alto not long ago. A bunch of them collected this one hotel.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, look at all those damn things.
Well, it's like the Dodge Viper, right?
Yeah, barely seen any of those.
Everything was sort of like quiet in the car front, and suddenly this thing appears.
Yeah.
And its bonnet is as long as a BBC drama.
They actually had a good
it's
video
fucking-
game for that too. There was a Viper racing game.
Yeah, it was Viper Racing, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to play the hell out of that as well, and that was a very, very interesting sports car.
Yeah, but it's the car that wanted to kill you, right? The reason why you don't see them anymore is because everybody who bought one killed themselves because
True.
it was not controllable.
Well, people are dying in Teslas, so why not? Right?
Yeah, this is it. Tesla's the new professional hitman of the car world.
Wow.
So, and there's, You know, that Cybertruck, I mean, fucking hell.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. It's so
I still love that bit of video where the guy goes, and the glass is bulletproof. Smack. Oh,
yeah.
shit. We go,
Yeah, Musk actually goes, "Oh
Okay.
fuck," on the air.
yeah, there you go. Production problem, yeah.
yeah, sure.
So,
Bullshit. But I told I had one of the passengers I had on a ride share. So, these two like teenagers. One of her friends died in a Cybertruck explosion. So,
fucking hell.
yep. There's no way to get out.
Yeah.
There's a release behind a panel, but who knows to open a fucking panel while you're gonna die? You know.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Also,
I mean,
now,
he clearly
if
paid off the industry to allow these unsafe vehicles all over the place. It's unbelievable.
Well, in all honesty, when you think about it, you can understand now why the US firefighters, if there's a electric car on fire, they go, yeah, let it burn.
Yeah.
They don't try to put them out because they go, no, that could go bang at any moment. Bollocks to it, let it burn.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a very sad situation for you know any car situation. To be honest with you, I mean, all right, if you're going to try and save people, but if it's got retractable door handles, for instance, and it needs power to make the door handles pop out, that's what we'd call a design flaw.
Yeah, you're
So
gonna
the
burn your
Cybertruck
car.
had the power of handles. The other standard ones have these little flip handles, but they're still electric. You just have to push the thing to flip it out, and
Yeah.
then that process it actually unlocks. But yeah, everything's powered. You should not have every single thing in the car rely on power.
Yeah. I mean, Chrysler on the other 300 say Michael, it's electric everything, right? But one door, you can put the key in, turn the lock, and open the door without a battery in it.
Yeah.
All right?
And you have a way to manually unlock it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And so sorted, But and that's all it takes. One door to have a key in it.
Reminds
Now,
me of the line in
admittedly-
Big Lebowski. He goes, "I prefer to jerk off manually."
Yeah. But there again, you should have this because you can't tell which side of the car is going to get hit in a if it T-boned at a junction. If it's the door that has the lock in it and you can't get the door open, well, you're just as fucked. So ideally, put the locks all around the fucking car.
Yeah.
Oh no, with security, it's much better to have these.
Well, they're trying to be
locks, isn't
sleek.
it?
They're trying to
Really?
be different, and saves money and all that bullshit.
Yeah, but you can scan keys and all this sort of bollocks with your mobile phone, and if you've got the right software. So this whole security thing is bullshit.
And everything is done on a screen. If the screen fucks up, well, you can't drive your car.
That's the thing too. There are no physical controls inside those cars. It's a giant iPad. Even your vents and your fans and stuff are controlled with the touch screen.
Yeah.
How stupid is that? I want to touch things when I'm driving. I want to
Yeah, me too. Fuck.
muscle memory. Don't have
Not
to
just
look.
myself.
You
Well,
just adjust things.
If I bought an electric car and it run like my Mac Studio does, I'd be really, really fucked. Where it just randomly opens the door on the freeway.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And the seat
Well,
suddenly
no, joke
goes
about
forward
Microsoft.
into the
If
steering
Microsoft
wheel.
made a car, you'd have to reboot it every once in a while.
Hey, by
Yeah,
the way,
exactly.
sorry, no, I just realized or remembered something.
Go.
I've decided the last synth I'm going to ever buy this year.
Oh, this year, okay.
Yeah. No, because I
Yeah,
was
we've heard that before. Yeah.
yeah, no, because I was I was really looking into the Kurzweil K2061 because I love that sound, but there's not a lot of demos out there, and everything you see is just all about the pianos and the
No,
organ.
you can barely find one at NAMM too when you go to play one.
Yeah, but and then the Mo DX came out, and I said, okay, wait a minute, that sounds interesting, because it's basically the Montage M Junior, but it's the same fucking sound engine except
Yeah.
for And also, I'm going to get the Mo DX M7, and even at that, as being a 7-octave keyboard, it's going to be or 6-octave keyboard. Sorry, it's going to be $1,000 less than the Kurzweil.
Okay.
And I think it sounds better. I mean, from what I've seen, right? So,
Can I
sure.
give you a bit of advice?
Sure.
Don't buy anything until the end of January.
Why?
I can't tell you.
Okay. I will take that into consideration, and that's fine. I mean, I'll just have like a month and a half to wait, so 2 months, whatever.
Yeah, just
Wait.
hang about and see what suddenly pops up out of the bushes.
I think the phrase there is trust what he's saying.
No, absolutely. I completely read between the lines, and yeah, I'll wait.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I'm in a rush of parting with $3,000, So it's a good thing though, because I didn't order it yet. It's a good thing you were just saying that, because it's only going to be available on December 19. So
Yeah.
no biggie. Right? Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just to avoid that sort of like day where you go, oh, fuck, if I'd known this was coming out
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
What are you looking at? So anyway, there you go.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. So it's a good thing I said that. I remembered too, because I would have just placed a fucking order. Wow. Okay. So
Now,
about
obviously it's horses for courses.
yeah.
I mean, where one machine speaks more to one person than another. However, having the choice
Right.
could be more fortuitous for you.
Yeah. Completely understand. Thank you.
No, my luck, they'll delay the fucking launch now.
Yeah, until June.
Yeah.
Then I swear at you.
Yeah.
No, because all you'd have done is saved money.
Well, yeah, that's
But a
it.
terrible thing.
It is a terrible thing. Yeah.
That's a terrible, terrible thing to happen.
Yeah. Or I could just take the money and go back to England and kick your ass.
There is that.
Oh dear.
It depends on whether you stay in Camden or not.
Camden? That was
Yeah.
not, Bloomsbury.
Or Bloomsbury, yeah. Is it Camden or is it Bloomsbury?
It's, but it said Bloomsbury in the panels everywhere. It said, this is Bloomsbury.
It's like they go, it's like one of the questions they had on QI, and it had a picture of the UK and a dot where London is, and they go, what city is this? And everybody's going, nah, not answering that. Like, no. And he goes, and the bloke goes, London. And you go, and he goes, no. You go, it is. You go, no. London contains 3 cities, not one.
Are they cities or
Although-
boroughs?
They're
Well,
technically, so you've got the city of Westminster, which
Right.
is actually officially a city, yeah?
Yeah.
And then you've got city of Westminster, which is technically, again, another city. But, yeah, the city of London is the financial area or something. I think it's that way around. And then you've got Greater London. But Greater London isn't technically a city. It is actually a province, as it were. So it's technically 3 cities in one. And I live on the edge of it, and I'm going, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Although it hasn't changed the ULEZ charge, so I'm not interested, to be honest. But there you go. Now Sadiq Khan is putting ULEZ charges on electric cars. I bet the people who went out and bought electric cars are going,
Wait, how does that work?
And then the Chancellor's just whacked, was it a price per mile on EVs at some point?
Yeah, well, they want everybody to pay per mile.
Well, no, because they don't get any tax revenue off of electric cars, do they? Fueling wise,
Right.
because they make all their money off fucking petrol tax.
Well,
The whole reason for that based on pollution.
yeah, exactly. How can you? Yeah,
I mean-
all right. Electric cars still create pollution.
You pollute at
because-
home, but not while you're driving around.
Yeah, but it depends on the infrastructure of your country, right? So they go, are electric cars, do they pollute the environment? Yes, hugely.
Yeah,
Because 9 times out of 10, our electricity is generated from fucking coal fires.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they do, you know, just indirectly. But the original point of doing pay per mile was to replace road tax and all that other bollocks and all the taxes on fuels. And what he did is it was all lumped into the pay per mile. So people who used more fuel paid more tax, as it were, through doing
Well,
more miles.
It depends. If
Not
you have a very
on
fuel-
top of everything else.
Right.
That's just fucking greedy. You know?
But you would pay more tax in your Mustang if you drove it every day than the what is it called, the Mini, not the Mini, what is it called, the small,
The smart car.
the smart car. There you go.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
drive the same mileage on both, the smart car will bring less revenue because it's on a gas guzzler.
Yeah, but on paper. But in the real world, people who own classic cars do not drive them every day.
No, of course.
Right?
But I mean,
they drive them for about 6 weeks of the year when it's really lovely and warm. And they drive it to a field and people come and look at it.
Yeah.
That's about it, right?
Yeah.
So the per mile, they wouldn't do a lot of miles. So even if it used more fuel to do the mile, they're not going to get a lot of revenue from them anyway. This is why they're speculating now about bringing the tax exempt on classic cars off.
Ah.
So they want to go back on what was put in place. Which, they'll get 100, I think they worked out, get about £100 million a year by bringing the road tax back to the classic cars, because there isn't that many of them around. But what they're officially doing is damaging a £4 billion industry in terms of parts and servicing and all the rest of it, and tools and blah, 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 blah. So they're actually damaging the economy, trying to do a money grab.
Yeah.
But a much more, exponentially more valuable part of the economy than what they're getting back.
Yeah, because we have the
It's
deal
like
here where you don't have to
straight
put
over the
catalytic
rigs.
converters in older cars. So
Yeah. So it's
It's not money they can divert elsewhere, though, is it?
but when people were screaming and shouting about Yuli's being a tax, and they go, no, it's for the environment. Well, now they're putting tax on electric cars. They go, then it's not really about the environment, is it?
No.
Because the Yuli's is set to a very, very small area that just happens to have a great deal of traffic.
what does that acronym mean? What does it stand for?
Yuli's,
Yeah.
it's
Ultra low emission zone.
emission zone,
Oh, okay.
right? So the actual name of it is pointing directly at the vehicle entering across the threshold,
Yeah.
right? Well, electric car, from that point of view, does not contribute to global warming in any way, shape or form. So an electric car still have road tax. So
Crazy.
just getting robbed left, right and centre. And the real shit is they're trying to fill a hole in the finances of the country generated by the previous government, right? Which is just a name. It's still the same wankers at the end of the day, right? So they fuck up things like introducing Brexit, which destroys our economy. And when people say, oh, is Brexit working? And they're saying, it's too early to tell. How long's Brexit been in place now? 9 years?
Wow, that long?
Yeah.
And they're still saying it's too early to tell. And they go, well, no, look at the figures. And the figures say it's not fucking working. Not it's too early to tell.
Everybody knows it isn't working.
No, exactly. And yet, the thing that a lot of people are going on about now is like, oh, all the immigrants coming into the country. You go, yeah, that's another thing that they said Brexit was going to stop.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't about that then, was it? And the NHS are still waiting for their 350 million a week, by the way. So, it's just the same shit. They fuck up, we pay for it. So when they go, oh, the next election I'm going to vote Liberals. Why? It's just spelt, it's still cunt, spelt differently. That's all it is. But it's like Republicans and Democrats. It's just a different way of spelling cunts.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Power-hungry, self-absorbed wanks. So, but I must admit, the lot you've got in at the moment are particularly good at it.
Yeah.
Like that thing about, what's the latest one they did? Declassifying nurses. So they're not considered professionals anymore.
Wow.
Oh, really?
That way they're not entitled to food stamps or something.
That's lovely.
Or whatever it's called out there. There was a snaps, is it, or something?
The SNAP stuff, yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. And then it occurred to me, well, wait a minute. Why is a nurse's wages putting her on the breadline?
Yeah.
That she would need food stamps. Why aren't you paying nurses enough? Lord knows you make enough fucking money from the medical industry out there.
Oh, yeah. And even the teachers in the U.S. are paid nothing.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the whole.
Mind you, if you go to Texas, that's exactly what they're teaching.
It's like the service industry. They require tips so waitresses can survive, right?
Yeah.
Because they don't ever pay them well.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? You go to a school in Texas and they're going that the dinosaurs roamed the earth 6,000 years ago. They're fucking teaching that.
Yeah.
Well, the Ken Ham on the Ark recreation thing in the Midwest has dinosaurs appearing on the Ark.
All of a sudden.
Yes, they're with now, not the giant ones, mind you, because they wouldn't fit. Right, they're about as big as the Ark. But the little ones, yeah, they were like pets. So
where's all the prehistoric fish?
I mean, they just you can't even open that can of worms.
Yeah, they go, wait a minute. They had to put them all into an ark. Okay, so that's weird. Do you mean to tell me Noah was the only person on the entire planet that had a boat?
Well, the great thing is, literally, even if you melted all the polar ice caps, there's not enough water to create the global flood they talked about. Literally, There's not enough water on the planet. End of story.
Yeah.
Basic science stuff.
Yeah, but there's no science. It's God.
No, I know, but I mean, if they want to say, because it's supposedly grounded in reality to a certain extent, it's bullshit.
If you want to watch...
Sorry, Jesus, I didn't mean to offend. So
He's up there going, you motherfucker. You wait until you come up here.
Leave my fucking dad alone. Go on, yeah.
I want to see you walk on water, goddammit.
So
I love that meme where they got Jesus pushing in between two surgeons going, why are you taking that tumour out of that child that I put in?
Oh, man. Ouch.
On Facebook, if you see Sam, Sam Harris.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the whole talk, and it's the whole thing with a guy who he is a what does he call himself? Or anyways, a religious nut.
So fundamentalist, basically.
Yeah, fundamentalist. But he, in his opinion, the Earth is 6,000 years old, and he explains everything. And
he's a literalist, a Bible literalist.
Yeah. Yeah, and when he explains that, everything he says, he can prove everything he says with the Bible, which I found this talk hilarious.
Of course,
I love Sam Harris, and yeah. So seriously, watch that. It's like an hour and a half long, maybe, but you can see how convinced people can be of stupid fucking things. But Sam doesn't make fun of him at all. I mean, he's just talking. He's just giving him examples of why you could kill your daughter if she is a lesbian, and I mean they're fucking stupid.
You can kill somebody if they plant 2 crops side by side.
Or if someone does something on Sunday, right? Any kind of work.
Yeah.
Or if you eat meat during Lent or something like that. So
yeah, it's and he rationalizes everything in such stupid fucking ways. You got to watch it. Seriously, just put it on in the background, turn the volume up, and then you're gonna go, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it's like, watch the videos of Aussie Man talking about the various creatures that live in Australia, right? Yeah. And he was talking about the platypus, right? And he's going, this fucker, when you put black light on it, it glows green. Why the fuck would it do that, It also, surprise, surprise, venomous. It has barbs in its back legs.
Yep.
It institutes a toxin. And then they've just discovered this new spider, right? And he's talking about this new spider. And he goes, it's twice the size, right, of the what I can't remember the name of the spider now. And he goes, it is now
Huntsman.
No. They're harmless.
The bird-eating spider?
No. It was
There's a really big one called the bird-eating spider.
Oh, this thing apparently is twice as big as those big black tarantula fucking things. It's twice as big, right? He goes, it doesn't just have a venom. He goes, it's got fucking neurotoxins, right, that attack the diaphragm and paralyze you so that you suffocate if you don't die from the pain first, right? And he's doing all this, right? And he goes, and these things get up to he goes, what was it? He goes, 5.5 fucking inches, right? He goes, do we need that? No, we fucking don't. He's going on about it. He goes, he said, then he talked about the wasp. He goes, now, we all like a wasp as long as they don't come too close. Sometimes they bother you when you're trying to eat outside. But in Australia, we have these fuckers, right? And he goes, this fucker is 4 inches long, right? And what this little bastard does, right, he stalks his prey like the biggest fucking spider it can find, and it jabs it in the abdomen, which paralyzes it. Doesn't kill it, because he's not going to eat it. He drags it back to his den, which is a hole in the ground, and then lays his eggs on the back of the spider. 2 to 3, 4 days later, the eggs hatch, and you've got these little fucking alien fuckers come out and start burrowing into the spider's abdomen while it's conscious and start devouring it from the inside out. But they know not to eat any vital organs so that it stays alive. In the meantime, the wasp sits there and just fucking watches. This wasp is a cunt.
Actually, there are a lot of wasps around the world that do that. We have a bunch in North America too that they lay eggs on a caterpillar.
Yeah.
They actually oviposit into the caterpillar, and they hatch inside and they slowly eat the thing out before it, metamorphoses. And it's a mobile food source.
Big boy, that's it. Goes, what did these scientists call the most venomous fucking spider in the world? The big boy. Was it a Newcastle big boy? I think it's called. There it goes. The fuck. Unbelievable. Some of the most poisonous things on the planet all live in Australia.
Yeah, it's brutal. They even found a bird like 20 years ago or more in, I think it was New Guinea, that actually had toxins in its feathers. Like if you touched it and kind of licked your hand, you would be in bad shape.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like there was an octopus. It's only a little tiny little thing.
Blue ringed one.
Yeah, the blue ringed is pretty nasty.
Yeah, and it's got all sorts of poisons and neurotoxins in it and everything like that.
Well, you get stung by that, you don't even get to the fucking phone.
Yeah, well, they said that there was a woman who got bitten by this little fucking ant-like thing, and she said the pain was worse than childbirth. And she had 4 kids.
Yeah,
Right.
there's a bullet ant in Costa Rica that bites you, and it hurts like you got shot.
Yeah.
I've
Whereas
seen them before. I didn't get bitten, but I saw one.
they were talking about the huntsman, and they said, he said, but if you got one of these in your house, you're lucky because you are not bothered by mosquitoes or flies or nothing, because this fucking fat cunt has eaten them all.
Yeah.
Right? But he said the real problem was they love squeezing themselves into tiny, tiny little spaces. He said, so you're driving along the freeway and you pull down your sun visor and a big fucker falls on your lap. Most people's reactions is to stamp on the accelerator and aim for a tree. And he said, but to make matters worse, they are fast. And they move at quite a rate. Which just scares the living fuck out of people when they do it, You
ever seen those? They call them camel spiders. They're actually called pugids. They're not actually spiders, but they're called camel spiders. A lot of guys in the Gulf War saw them out there, and they're fucking nasty. They're really painful bites.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you look at all these different creatures, right? And you look at some of the techniques of how they kill their prey. And you go, so what was God thinking when he created all this shit?
Jesus, do you know what? Do you know why?
It's like
he hates us all.
Aussie man was going. He goes. I reckon when God created the earth, he did Australia last, and he had a lot of shit left over. And he goes, fuck it, we just might as well just use it. So we'll give something that looks furry, cute, and cuddly, and give it a neurotoxin that can kill 100 people in one bite. And it looks like that'd be fun.
Yeah. It's
And
funny. I had a roommate in college. He had a aquarium at home that he'd go take care of on occasion. And his mom was supposed to keep an eye on it. And he had a blue ring octopus in a tank at home. It was very, very expensive. And one day his mom decided, the thing is making too much noise. She turned off the pump, and it died. So,
Wow.
very expensive animal. He lost his animal.
Yeah. It's just wrong, innit? Bad.
Well, my mom killed my bonsai trees, but sprayed them with Windex instead of water.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Gotta keep them
I'm
shiny.
like, it's my trees. Like, why the fuck did you do that? Yeah, fucking.
Yeah, but those are
weren't they shiny enough?
Yeah.
Give
She
'em a
just
polish.
sprayed them with Windex, and and then she put her glasses on because I thought they looked foamy. Yeah, no shit.
Strangest thing we ever had. My dad used to keep tropical fish when I was a kid, and he bought this red-tailed shark and put it in with all the others, and within a week it had killed everything.
Everything.
This fucking thing was just nutter. So he had a little holding tank that he used to use. Put the red-tailed shark in there and restocked the main tank, and he came up the next day. And the red-tailed shark had committed suicide. It had jumped out of the holding tank and was laying on the floor dead because it just couldn't. Fucking psychotic this thing was.
Oh, there was another thing about the platypus. Its bill.
Yeah.
It's electrical sensing.
It has electrical sensors in it. It can detect muscle movement.
Yeah.
It's a
weird animal.
What is it? What's
Who
it
thought
for?
putting that in? Yeah.
Because it lives in muddy water.
It can take its prey.
And it senses just like a shark does with its electrical receptors.
Yeah.
That's fucked
It's like
up.
a shark can smell blood in water over a mile away.
But it also has the electrical
That's a
receptors,
superpower.
just like electric eel does.
It's like super shark. That kind of bullshit, isn't it?
They're called Ampulia of Lorenzini. We actually dissected them in lab. They're pretty cool.
Bloody hell. Oh, there's some weird stuff in it.
But the platypus has a relative too that looks totally different. The echidna. It's also a egg-laying mammal.
An echidna is related to the platypus, is it?
Well, it's an egg-laying mammal, so it's related in that respect. But no, they look so different.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's like a bit of video of a honey badger attacking an elephant.
Yeah.
That is fucking hilarious. That is.
They're just mental. They are, aren't they?
Oh mate, it's just so funny though. Especially
It's
with
like
the
the little dog
voiceover.
syndrome, right? Where they get aggressive and they just attack anything. Yeah, I've had little dogs come up to me.
took on
I'm
a
like, you
fucking
realize I could just
elephant.
step on it.
I love the one of Aussie Man describing the hippopotamus, right? About he goes, this is an animal that can kill 4 people by simply rolling over. He goes, this cunt weighs 4 fucking tons, right? And it can run at 30 miles an hour.
They're very fast. Yeah. Actually, we stayed at a tent cabin in the Mara River in Kenya, and they come out at night and graze on the grass and stuff, and they go back to the river. And they said, you're fine as long as you're in your little structure, even though it's a tent cabin. Don't leave your thing at night because they could freak out sometimes and either bite you or run over you or whatever, and you're toast. So we didn't. But all night you hear this. It's kind of weird. It's even deeper than I can do right now. A demented laugh. And that's them communicating with each other. It's just really crazy.
Yeah.
It's like Eddie Murphy. Sounds like Eddie Murphy in Africa. Doesn't it?
Yeah, it's way lower register than my throat.
Or Jimmy Carr having sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was demented laugh. You go online, you can find the recordings of it. It's really funny.
I like the one they did where the guy goes, the question was, what does 100 decibel sound like? And this guy goes, the fox that keeps having fucking sex under my bedroom window. Oh, mate.
Yeah, they're noisy.
Where if we can find that?
Foxes are very noisy.
It's about
The
time we
red
had a
fox we had at
copyright
the zoo
strike.
used to make this cute little, almost like a cat noise when it was happy. It's like, ow, ow, kind of thing, very high pitch. Very cute animal.
Is this it? No, that's just the video. I want the voiceover.
Yeah, I've seen a few Aussie Man stuff. He's pretty crazy.
Oh, we got a lot of his merch actually. Fiona's a huge fan of Aussie Man. Well, she would be, wouldn't she?
He's a nice alternative to the crocodile hunter, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's try. I'll take the search a bit.
Yeah, Steve. And the other one, say bollocks.
Here we go. Let's put that on. Let's get a copyright strike. I haven't had one for ages.
Wow.
Although I must admit, when I went to the YouTube studio, I was looking at some of the previous pubs and stuff like that, and there was one that had about 13, 14 copyright strikes on it. Well,
claims on it.
Suggested copyright strikes. It didn't actually affect the video, but
They're
they
just
were
claims. Yeah.
claims, right? And I looked at it and I went, okay, I'll go look at that video, and every single one of them was done by Robbie. Every single one of them.
Stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it was him. Yeah, he keeps doing it.
Oh, it's either that or you playing the Vangelis Hans Zimmer kind of stuff, right?
Never shows up. I'm
Really?
that bad at playing it. The algorithm doesn't recognise it.
You should be triggering the strike. I mean,
you'd think, wouldn't you?
we did that
that's
fucking
60.
filter sweep thing to fight the algorithm a while back, the February filter sweep thing, and mine got a claim for Kid Rock's "Ba With Ba" song. It's just hilarious because it sounds nothing like it.
What?
Yeah, exactly. That's
What?
how bad the algorithm is.
Yeah, it's like,
Wrong filter, wrong cadence, wrong everything.
Yeah. So how do I get this to... I can't get it to do what I thought it was going to do. Maybe it's that. Yeah, maybe it's that. Yeah, it's that, isn't it? But the thing is whether we get to hear it or not as well.
As long as you click the checkbox.
Mate, what are you doing? This is my turf.
You hearing
no,
that?
it isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my area. People on the safari come here to see me, mate. Fuck off. No, don't bite. Get out of here. No, don't. Take that.
He killed it.
Ah,
He stood on it.
dick. Hand. Hey? Excuse me.
Now what's he going to do?
Oh, scary. A big fart trumpet sound. It's just funny. Everything about you is funny.
Oh no.
You're the most unserious animal in the kingdom. So yeah, walk on. Well, I fucked you up big time.
Stop talking.
You're rattled.
Stop talking.
Just admit it, and it can end now.
Oh. Oh.
You want it to end now?
What are you talking about? I'm the one who ends it.
No.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I ended
Come
it.
on.
I'm ending it. I've already...
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of African animals, I will fear no big-ass elephants.
Oh, really? Is that so?
Yeah, maybe a lion.
And come at me.
Lions are scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not. You're just a cunt.
Oh. Right.
You've gone a bit quiet.
I'm over here.
Where are you?
Here.
Where'd you go? I can't see you anywhere.
I'm over here.
Seriously, where are you?
I'm right here. I was like Arnie in Predator, using mud to stay camouflaged. Can you let me get back up?
Waste of time.
Don't prance away. Get back here, Dumbo.
No.
You're not scared, are you?
No, of course I'm not.
Yes, you are.
And it's still going.
We're done, yeah?
Yeah,
Well done, Ellie.
that was extraordinary.
Mate, what are you doing? This is my turf.
No,
Is
it
that
isn't.
Man stuff? Is this...
Yeah. Mate.
Oh, fucking hell.
I do love that. I do love that stuff.
Steve is here.
Hey!
How are we, kids?
Hello.
We are perpendicular-ish.
You're the only ones, I tell you.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of just, it's just, it's just the Earth's spin is sort of like pulling me up more than anything else.
We were talking about things that would kill you in Australia, and then one pops up.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Seen Steve on the wall.
He's venomous.
He goes, I'll pee on you, you little fucker.
That'll kill anyone.
I'm not here to fuck spiders.
I love that thing took on the elephant. I mean, the only thing that ever takes them down is the lions sometimes will gang up on them and eat them.
Yeah.
There's footage of them being taken down in the night and devoured by a bunch of lions. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, there's a bit of video because especially when Aussie Man was talking about the hippopotamus and being, the ultimate creature. It's this hippopotamus is walking across the road, and it has 2 lions on its back, and a pride of other lions following with it. And it's walking along. It's taking no fucking notice of this pride of lions trying to take it down. They do that. Nah, fuck off, mate.
When they're starving, they get desperate.
Oh yeah, but they've got no way of puncturing the hide even. You all right, girl?
But the scary thing was the people filming this at night with night vision cameras.
Yeah.
The lions were walking right by their vehicles. And like, fuck, are we going to be pulled out because we're easier prey?
Yeah. We have to negotiate the door handle.
But they had like 4 on top of them in one of the shots before it disappeared from the view. And they were just all dug in with their claws, and it was screaming, and they were all like crazy, like house cats jumping on somebody, right? It was crazy.
There's a lot to be said for nonchalance, isn't it? It's a lost art, nonchalance.
Yeah.
Not giving a tinker's cuss about anything.
It's like Alfred E. Newman, what me worry, right?
Yeah, well, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of get so drawn in by all of the clickbait and all of the interactive media and all of the 30-second messaging that some days you just got to stand back and say, "Are you right, mate?"
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I must admit, when you've got this sort of immediacy and everything like that, people have forgotten how to be patient.
Oh, absolutely. And the other thing is that all this media just sucks your head forward. I mean, it basically pulls the brain right behind the eyeballs, and it pulls the screen right into your face, and you wind up just being part of a conduit between whatever is in front of you and whatever is left of your brain. It's just, it's a bit crazy, really. And it's just one of those things. I had a boss once who just simply, someone would come to them and confront them with a problem, and you go, "I hope you're joking." In other words, it just instantly separated, the urgency from the problem.
Yeah.
And it's a subtle art of management, but it was actually proved to be a good one in a business that was moving quickly. that was just the perfect antidote, you know. Just a, yeah, I hope you're joking. Yeah, we've got a customer impaled on cash register 4. Hope you're joking. You know, it's that few moments, a few seconds of separation that just gives you the survival mechanism. So it's that sort of attitude is quite helpful at times.
Yeah. I must admit, I do like the way YouTube gives me access to a swathe of different humour. Or at least while it survives, because there are people who are, you know, viciously harmed by words. So, you know, they tend to get pulled. You know, these things tend to get pulled quickly.
So you have to download it every time you see something you like. Download it because it will disappear.
Yeah, because somebody will complain about it in some capacity.
But that also highlights the fact that the vernacular is different in different parts of the world, and the humour style is different, and the tolerance for obscenity is certainly different in some parts of the world. You know. Yeah.
But you know, this snap to be offended thing is getting boring. I'm sorry.
But that's just the snowflake syndrome, isn't it? It's just the people who go around in life just waiting to be offended. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of those snowflakes call other people snowflakes, which is great. I love that. Just
well,
at some point, you've just got to disengage and say, "All right, mate. You know, okay, have it your way," and just step back and just let it all unfold. You know.
Well, yeah, but I'm sure that it must come to a point where disengaging is not helping because they see it as winning.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, and so it might be better to just pummel them with a piece of wood until they go quiet.
Well, you do what that elephant did, right?
Yeah, exactly. Kick the fuck out of them. And go, no, you're wrong. Now, it's not just your feelings hurting now, is it, you cunt? And walk away. And then perhaps they'll think twice about doing it again.
You would hope.
Yeah. It's like, I mean somebody got offended about me talking about having an IQ cull. Right? So, if you're below an IQ, you're no fucking use to everybody. Fuck off. You know, into the fire. Go on. And the world would be a better place. Some people took offence to that. You go, oh, okay.
I've made it my life's mission to actually reduce the IQ down to single digits again, because that's where it should be, you know. Makes it much simpler.
Yeah, well, the thing is, some people think because I say that, that's what I mean to happen. That's what I want to happen.
They don't get humor.
I go, no, you're not getting satire at all, are you? You fucking idiot.
Into the fire you go. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Yeah. First candidate, off you go.
I think one major omission when they built computers was there is no irony font and there's no humour font. And if you had both of those alongside the regular one, instead of doing caps lock and scroll lock, I mean, what does scroll lock mean? Caps lock and whatever else, num lock. You should also have a irony lock and a comedy lock and just one that puts every bit of text into Dingbat's font, you know, and just.
But the thing is, it wouldn't change anything because these people get offended because it's something for them to do. Literally, you know.
There's the font that's the litmus test. It's the use of Comic Sans. You have to be banned forever. So.
Yeah, I just. There was a website called flipmytext.com years ago where you could actually put a bit of text in and it would invert all the characters for you. You could then cut and paste that into a YouTube thread and into a Facebook thread, and that was always useful just to change the context a bit.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I don't know.
There was an argument in a forum yesterday, which is just mind-boggling, and this guy's saying, "I've just got a LSS SR16 drum machine, and I don't know what sort of power to use for it." And everyone's saying, "Oh, well, you go to the documentation and work out the polarity and whatever else." And there's a big long discourse, and I had an argument with a guy who's an electrician on there saying, "Oh, you know, you're going to get it wrong," and you're going to. And I was saying, "Hang on a second, it's an AC device." It doesn't have a polarity. It doesn't have it has a specific wall wart, yeah, sure, but don't go plugging it into anything you like because it's not going to work the way you expect.
Yeah.
And the other thing I said to warn against, I said don't put the AC wall wart alongside DC ones because it causes inductance, and the inductance causes heat, and the heat causes the whole thing to fry. So you don't really want to do that in proximity of other devices.
Well,
But
the amount of times, right? The amount of times I've had synthesizers come here, right, where the guy goes, "Well, we plugged it in and it doesn't work." Just bought it on eBay, and the guy said it was working, but it's not. I'm going, okay, all right, I'll get it round. And they bring it round, and I plug it in, and lo, it doesn't work. And then I look at the cable, and I go, hang on a minute. I'm looking at the back, and I look at the label on the back, and they have thought that because it has a US plug on it, if they cut that off and put a UK plug on it, they can now plug it in. If I had £1 for every time I've had that very situation, of course, you open it up and the fuse has gone, please, for the love of God, fucking replace me. Right? They go, yeah. And then I'm phoning them up and going, this is 110 volt. What's that? That's the US main standard. Oh, is that weird plug then? Yeah. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, it's still fucking costing you. Fuck's sake. Yeah, loads and loads of times.
I like that. Just change the plug. That's great.
Yeah. I think, well, if they change the plug, obviously it will work with that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, electricity's electricity, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Until you plug it in. Fuck's sake. So, yeah, if I've had 40 keyboards come in because of that.
That guy probably thought he was so smart too. It's like, this is so easy.
Yeah, so, that was a quick fix. Yeah, and then turns it on and go, oh wait, it don't work. It broke so weird, dud.
There's a famous video on YouTube a long time ago. The guy repair shop, and he plugs in a US VCR into a European power, and just starts billowing smoke immediately, just black smoke, and
yeah. I know, it's just like, for fuck's sake, do a little research, will you?
You can have some fun with electricity. Yeah, you can really have some fun with electricity.
But it's weird. It seems to be that the more information that is readily available to people, the stupider they get.
Well, now they don't believe it, right? They think,
that's the latest, isn't it? Yeah.
It's there, but they don't believe it.
It's like, fucking hell.
Cognitive dissonance, isn't it, really? Everyone doesn't want to believe what they don't want to believe because it defies their original
and they will go out of their way to concoct some horrible idea, which is way more work than accepting what was real.
Well, it's like, there was I think it was a clip I saw on YouTube, and it was from one of those I'm a celebrity, get me out of here kind of bullshit programs. And they got this girl who's, she's done up, she looks like a fucking inflatable doll, Yeah. She's had so much cosmetic surgery and enough makeup on her to fucking hide a tree, right? And this geezer, he's an amateur astronomer and all this business. So he goes, yeah, all right. He says, you look at stars and that. And she goes, so how much bigger is the moon than the Earth? And he goes, it isn't. She goes, yeah, it is. He goes, what makes you say that? Well, just look at it in the sky. The moon's so far away, yeah, it's quite big, isn't it? And she wouldn't have it.
Yeah.
As far as she was concerned, the moon was bigger than the Earth.
Yep,
she's got a phone in her hand 24/7. She never thought of going on Google and go, is the moon bigger than the Earth?
But you wouldn't believe that. It's just
so that Google could come back and go, are you a fucking moron?
Yeah.
Don't you wish that Johannes Kepler had just walked into frame in his beret, grabbed the woman, shook her around, slapped her across the face, and said, "Dummkopf, I've just walked out."
Or better still, with an aluminium bat, going, "You fucking piece of shit."
Yeah.
Have you seen the video of John Glenn punching a guy in the face when the guy told him?
Oh, when he said he never went to the moon.
You never went to the moon.
Oh, that's great.
The guy's like 75 years old. Punched him like out cold.
Knocked him fucking out cold. Yeah.
Oh man!
In fact, there is an idea for a series right there called Retribution, and you you get the celebrity and you get the photo of them being really stupid. Miss Texas or whoever it might be, being really stupid during their speeches. And then you get them on and you get somebody just to beat the living daylights out of them.
Well, they did that. There was the Terry Tate office linebacker comedy ads where a guy, every time someone does something really bad at workplace or says something stupid, he comes flying out of nowhere and tackles them. And he goes, "The pain train's here, baby! Woo!"
Yes, it was Buzz Aldrin probes. You're right. Sorry.
Buzz Aldrin, yeah. I
Was
actually
it Buzz? Yeah.
he was a crazy old time dude.
I had an encounter with a Karen like that on my way to England a couple of months ago. Get on the we just sat in the plane, and this woman starts screaming that she wants to talk to the captain. The guy's doing his fucking prep, right? So anyway, and she would not have it. The stewardess was just saying, "Sit down, we'll get." And she was like, "I'm important," and I'm thinking, "Bitch, we're in business class, okay? This is the best fucking seat in the house. You just fuck off, just shut up."
Yeah.
And then the captain arrives, and she says, "I'm going to use my iPad, and you're not going to turn it off." And the captain goes, "Okay." Who the fuck cares? It's not your cell phone that you're going to, it's like, "I'm going to use my iPad, and you're not going to turn it off." Okay, we won't. You have my permission to use it.
Yeah.
Everybody uses their fucking iPad on the plane. Anyway, so that was, but she needed to talk to the captain. Fuck, I hate people.
Yeah.
She should be on the blacklist for the plane now, for the airlines.
Yeah, she should be. Yeah.
So
Unless she goes on Spirit Airlines.
So the night I met Buzz Aldrin, he was doing a lecture about some upcoming space events because he's still loosely involved for years in NASA's planning and stuff. And we get there, and you got to hear him talk, and then you meet him at the end and stuff. It was cool. But I saw him leave, and he didn't have an entourage. He wasn't like super fancy, whatever. He came and went in his black late 70s Corvette Stingray.
Good man.
American muscle car, takes off, just a regular guy.
Yeah.
Although he did insult the audience a little bit because he was talking about manning some of these missions and expense and manpower and stuff like that. And he says, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal. You should get some coolies to go up there and work on some of the stuff." And it's like, nobody says coolies anymore, right?
That's funny.
And there were some Chinese people in the audience that got really offended and left. So he's an old school guy.
Yeah, but some people's personalities just sort of solidified in 1950s mid Western America, and that's where they live. That's where they live.
He was as sharp as ever. He had a really strong handshake. He was a decent guy.
He was at 95. He was still pretty.
Yeah.
I think he was still alive at 95. But yeah, very bright guy. Yeah.
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 And they had to have cojones because they were, they're taking a tin can 240,000 miles away and back.
Yeah, that's the thing about the moon, of how ridiculously far away it actually is from the Earth. It is ridiculously far.
Roughly 230,000 miles, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's sort of like, fuck, that's a long way to go, right? The fact that they went with what we would now consider archaic space equipment, and of course, going for the first time, they really don't know what the hell, they weren't even sure what if the surface would hold the module when it lands, kind of thing, or would the retro rockets when they fire blow just a mountain of dust away unevenly and the module land and tip.
Right.
They just didn't know. The whole thing was completely, how big are my testicles? The whole mission.
Yeah.
Right? There was a million ways for that to go wrong. From the moment they fired the rockets and took off to when they landed back in the ocean. Probably some of the bravest people ever to do that.
Yeah.
On what was considered basically something that was held together with string and sellotape in compared to some of the technologies today. And So when somebody comes up and go, oh no, you didn't really go.
Yeah.
It's a wonder Buzz didn't pull out an aluminium baseball bat and just beat the guy to death where he stood. Just for being an annoying little cunt that was standing in his way.
Well, the funny thing too is, they weren't just over there playing, like they show them jumping around playing golf and stuff like that. They're actually doing some really serious stuff and exerting themselves. Before they got a buggy up there in some of the missions, they were hand carrying projects away from the takeoff zone so they didn't get them polluted from the dust, from the regolith that's got inside their equipment. Yeah. So they actually have LRO exhibit, the LRO mission that did the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, low-level shots, actually tracked not only shadows of the lower stages left behind, so that's some actual visual proof that they went there.
Yeah.
But the some of the missions, since they hand carried it, you can see hiking trails of astronauts on the moon in those photos.
Yeah.
Where they hand carried the exhibits.
This you see, like this whole thing about it was filmed in a studio and Stanley Kubrick directed it and all this business. The only reason that rumor came about was Stanley Kubrick was involved in the missions, but only because he was part of the team that was developing the camera lenses that they were going to take with them.
Right. And he also destroyed all the stuff from the movie, so I thought he was hiding evidence, right?
Yeah,
more conspiracy shit.
Yeah.
So.
And when you see all this conspiracy stuff, and then you see today that nothing has changed.
No.
Or in fact it's probably worse.
The people that don't believe in orbital mechanics and how things actually work in the world, like the flat Earth guys, their so-called theories are so convoluted and crazy to explain all the behaviors that it's way more complicated than the real thing.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, well, that's because they're trying to make a theory. Oh, sorry, their facts.
They're trying to pigeonhole something into
fit the reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that makes me laugh, right? They're going, oh, it's always conspiracy. It's about money. It's about control. It's about power. Blah blah blah. Right? Humans knew that the Earth was a globe a couple of 1,000 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Eric Cosby actually measured it.
Yeah, and then this isn't like new, right? There would be people who believe that the Earth is flat. Okay. But I think it's coming to a point now where people go, well, let them believe what they want. Yeah. And I think, no, that's not helping anybody.
No.
A lot of these, alternate truth people could actually be dangerous in the long run, right?
They are, yeah.
Well, I mean, thinking the Earth is flat is one thing. Thinking that we should drop a nuke on Chicago because there's so many unchristian people living in it. It's literally the next logical step. Yeah. So going, oh, people are entitled to their opinion. No, they fucking aren't.
Well, look at the anti-vax stuff. I mean, if we didn't have the polio vaccine, we'd be in real trouble going way back. You don't think FDR would have wanted a fucking polio vaccine? No, he got polio.
Yeah, but when they start going on about, kids are getting autism from taking fucking paracetamol, fuck off.
Oh, that's the worst. Yeah, that's
but that's dangerous.
RFK's a moron. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, but the danger that's involved. Now, if somebody does take that as gospel because they're seeing it on the TV, and there's somebody that they delusionally trust, and they say that so they won't give fentanyl to their kids if they've got headaches and stuff like that. I mean, where does it end? Where could that end? I mean, the guy could keep just saying shit, depending on which drugs company he's got it in for at the time, or whatever, and saying, oh, you shouldn't get, heart surgery done if your kid's got a bad heart or anything like that, because it might make them gay, and then people think, oh, if he has heart surgery, he comes back gay. Oh, well, little Johnny's on the floor having a heart attack. Well, that's going to be better than him being gay, isn't it? Okay. Oh, he's dead. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. Well,
right?
they're bitching about
myocarditis
from the COVID vaccine.
But there's no accountability there.
COVID itself caused a lot of myocarditis, not so much the vaccine. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, all right. When I had the COVID vaccine, the early one, right? Like you could call it the first batch even. And did it make me feel bad? Yeah. Did it make me feel worse than when I had COVID previously to it? No. It did not. The first batch of COVID that went round was fucking awful.
Yep.
It was the first time I ever had what we would call a bad flu, where I looked at Fiona and I go, do you reckon we're coming out of the other end of this? And she went, well, if things don't improve in the next couple of days, no, I don't think we are. Because we were struggling to breathe, to
You lost your sense
move,
of taste too,
everything. Yeah. It was awful. So when they said, there's a vaccine, I go, right, fucking get it in there then.
Well, my dad apparently had it in the first round, and it had him in hospital for 3 months.
Yeah.
And reduced his lung function by 70% by all accounts.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, that first
It's
batch
fucked.
that first batch of COVID, because it was the 2019, she's picked it up from somebody in a queue in a supermarket or something, right? Collecting shopping. Some wank coughing and spluttering all over the fucking place, right? And
Wearing
she's
a
brought it
mask
home.
like that.
Or not wearing a mask and bleeding tall, because that whole thing came in after we got it, right? So, so she's brought this home, and then we start coughing, sneezing, fucking crying. Today, 6 years later, nothing tastes right, or it doesn't taste at all, or the taste is so off. You're going, well, I used to love these, but I don't anymore. Smell, fucking off the charts. All sorts of something. Smell, forget it. Yeah. If I do smell something, it doesn't smell what my brain says it should be smelling like. And it's since then. And it's just like the COVID has become less intrusive, less violent than it was that first time round, which was a real killer, because quite a few people died from that, didn't they? Let's face it.
Oh, yeah.
There's no two ways about it. And at that point, there wasn't really a vaccine available. But then when you watch the videos of people who, it's their freedom or their human right to not have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Aluminium bat time, because we don't need those sort of cunts on the planet.
And by the way, having worked in the clean room a bunch of my career, and also people who are doctors and stuff who wear masks for a living, it doesn't keep you from breathing. It's not taking your freedom away. It's a necessity.
Yeah.
Look, I worked 3 years through COVID in an emergency department, an imaging room. I slid colleagues with COVID on their last day on Earth from an ICU bed onto a CT table.
Yeah.
I did 30,000 steps a shift in a mask and a visor and PPE.
Yeah.
And we moved 70 patients a day. It was Melbourne, where a friend of mine first isolated the virus so we could have testing.
Yeah.
And vaccines and other stuff like that. So it had been isolated, obviously, in China, and then America seemed to be able to find a way to do it quickly. But so my first-hand experience, when you slide colleagues who are dying on ICU beds onto CT tables for their last ever CT scan, it really is confronting, because you're sliding them across, and your face is 18 inches from theirs. So you're praying that the PPE works.
Yeah.
I moved out of home for 2 years, so my kids, who were in their first year of decent jobs, wouldn't get COVID from dad. So, we see all this, but we had the people who decided they were medically exempt in the waiting room at ED and didn't have to wear a mask and all that sort of bullshit. And we had security on. We just simply said, okay, go for it, just take them out. So there was a bit of manhandling. But the other thing was that the guy who isolated the virus was a guy called Julian Druce, he is one of the brightest academic minds I've ever seen at school. And his brother, Jeremy Druce, is also a brilliant academic mind. He's a radiologist. So these guys are at the pinnacle of their game. These were the 100% club right the way through school. They are the brightest, most incisive minds that you'll find. And if you look on YouTube for Meet the Scientist, Julian Druce, D-R-U-C-E, you'll find a very interesting interview of about 4 weeks into our experience. He was in charge of Vidril. He isolated the virus. He said that ivermectin, when they did it in the lab tests in Petri dishes, ivermectin was one of the drugs that actually killed the virus, but they couldn't administer it to humans because they couldn't get it to where the virus was.
Yeah.
And we also had all these bizarre symptoms that we had to explain by one underlying viral mechanism. And we were in ED. We didn't know anything about it. There were no studies, no lab testing. We just had our gut feel to work on. And we saw young kids, little infants, who had rashes on the periphery of their body. And it looked like meningitis, but it wasn't. And our theory was at that stage that in young kids, in infants, those blood vessels are only one blood cell across. In other words, one blood cell at a time goes through that. And if you think about it, in adults, the lungs are where one blood cell at a time can pass to exchange oxygen, and the kidneys and liver are places where the blood's purified, and they have vessels that are one blood cell across. So these kids were getting rashes in their extremities because the virus was popping the blood cells like car spikes pop tyres, basically.
Yeah.
And the shredded debris was just gathering and accreting in the kids' extremities and the vessels. Now, in time, they would grow new vessels and what have you, and it wouldn't be quite so severe. But so we understood the virus to be viral airborne thrombocytopenia, which is a fancy way of saying it's a clotting disorder that travels through the air. So you'd inhale it, and the virus would effectively cause clots in lungs, in kidneys, in extremities on kids. And that was the mechanism for the uniform mechanism we postulated for what was going on in these patients. So we had a better working model of how the thing, and this was before, this is just after Australia Day in 2021, it's just like early days. So we had this working theory, so we knew that the masks were important. The ivermectin thing was mentioned by Drew Surley, but that all went quiet, and we didn't recommend the use of that drug for anything other than scabies. Was about the only condition we would see in hospitals where ivermectin was useful, but that's because they hadn't done any studies or anything on it. So we were more after. One of my buddies was Michael Kidd, Professor Michael Kidd, who was the 2IC in Health federally for Australia. So he and I go back 40 years, and we were both running scout shows for charity back in 1982. And we had a daily exchange on Facebook about what was going on in the hospital versus what was going on in Canberra. Yeah. And my theory was we needed more antivirals in the hospital and better PPE supply, and that eventually came to pass. But the other problem the government induced was they had nurses working in emergency for $70 an hour, but they were offered $90 an hour to go out and do testing in mobile testing stations where people would drive through in their cars. And that sucked all of our good team players out of emergency departments where we needed them and into veggie jobs out in car parks swabbing noses. So changed the whole dynamic in terms of internally in the hospital. We were crippled from a team perspective. Yeah. And we still had a problem that was vastly complicated. So anyway.
But this is one of the standard issues that you have with governments is you have people in charge who don't know how to handle situations.
Well, these guys did, but I was part of the feedback loop. I mean, I dare say Michael.
Yeah, but I mean, when you get up to the top,
well, our ministers don't have a science background at all, too. So
so you have people who don't really know how to deal with that particular situation. They're supposed to take advice from people who know, but they don't always take the advice. They don't always take that advice because they're more concerned about, their job. As far as they're concerned, is how do I stay in power longer? And then it's got nothing to do with
we weren't like that. We weren't like that. I mean, why?
No. But there are countries that were very much along those lines, and this whole thing about people's rights to not have to wear a mask should have been tantamount to attempted murder in some cases. Because if you're going to breathe on some poor old 80-year-old woman who's trying to buy a pint of milk, It's got-
Yeah.
Well, especially what you said about kids. I mean, clearly it affects kids, just not as much as adults. But all these idiots in the media go, "Oh, leave our kids alone. Don't put masks on them, and they're not getting sick and all that shit."
I'll tell you something stupid. A friend of mine who I'd known from secondary school, absolute brute of a fella, American football player, never needed pads because he was a fucking lump. Was an anti-vaxxer, refused the vaccine. They're doing it to control the population. They're doing it because we're black. Like, believed the narrative. And 4 years ago, got COVID and it killed him in 4 days. Wow. If he'd had the vaccine, it'd still be here. But he believed all the bullshit that people were putting out rather than following the science.
Tuskegee did piss a lot of people off. It made a lot of black people worried about testing.
Yeah, but rather than listening to the fucking scientists, the people who are actually working on it, you know what I mean? He listened to the dickheads and lost his life.
That's terrible.
I think some people have sort of oppositional defiance disorder. They just want to take a contrary viewpoint, or they want to be contrary, or they want to be.
He wasn't like that. He wasn't like.
I know. But the question is that the messaging becomes confused in that environment.
Yeah.
And when we were talking about what should happen, Victoria, where I am, was locked down for 180 days. So you imagine locking down a whole state of 6 million people for 180 days. Now, if you look in the USA, Massachusetts is a state with about 7 million people in it. So our state's roughly the same size as Massachusetts. Massachusetts had 10 times the morbidity, 10 times the deaths that Victoria had. So that was an in situ experiment that showed the difference between a health policy that was seen as draconian and seen as being all inhibiting, and one where there was a lot more fluidity and contention in opinion. And so you can look at the results that way. I don't think that anyone had the right answer in a pandemic, and certainly as part of my medical studies in early 1980, 1981, the pandemics were discussed because it was an 80-year-old event at that stage, it wasn't. The Spanish flu, I think, was 1917 or so a 60-year-old event. And the science hadn't caught up in 1980 to where it needed to be to handle another pandemic. But the fact that it was, it was always my opinion that it was man-made, and indeed that seems to have been the case given a report I read on one of the American government websites yesterday. But we couldn't change what we were doing in the midst of it. We're in this situation where we're against an invisible, unknown enemy. We don't know what the mechanism is. We don't know what the prognosis is. We don't know what the testing cycle should be. We didn't know if the PPE would work. We didn't know if the testing was reliable. All we knew is we had 300 people coming through the front doors of an emergency department that had 30 beds in the main department and 15 beds in short stay. So with 45 beds, we had to handle 300 people a day for imaging and for treatment and for sending upstairs to the wards. All our wards were negative pressure, which was good because it meant that the air didn't escape, but it still meant that we could only handle, each ward takes 32 beds, so you might have a dozen of those. And we would just turn wards over, they become general med and they'd go to a COVID ward. So all the equipment would be stripped out, the whole thing would be washed down with bleach. We'd have yellow containers for all of the PPE to come off and go into. We had cleaning stations outside, doffing stations. It was all systematised. Now, we didn't know what we were doing because no one had a playbook to say how we're going to handle it. But we knew that if we could lock down for 6 months and buy 6 months of time to generate a vaccine, that we might have half a chance of not killing half the population of Australia. Now, there are those who argue that killing half the population of Australia might be a good idea.
You just leave that to the wildlife to do the rest of it.
Oh, yeah. We deal with that on a daily basis, but that's all right. It's more the Karens in the car. It's the Karens in the car park that'll kill you. It's not Through emergency, you might see one spider bite or one snake bite a year.
Yeah.
So that's about the extent of it. So the likelihood of, if you're walking through the bush, the snakes will scurry away. If you're going to lift up bricks outside that you stored, or roofing tiles or concrete, and it's near a wet area, you know there are going to be redback spiders there. I could take you outside and show you them now, but the point is they're not going to come after you.
Yeah.
You've got to put your hand on them or exacerbate them and then aggravate them to the point where they will bite you, but it's unlikely.
Yeah.
And so
It's like the Black Widows here. You have to go into their territory to fuck with them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, yes, if you jump into the rhinoceros enclosure at the zoo, you are more likely to be trampled by a rhinoceros.
Yeah.
That sort of goes without saying. But in the course of daily interaction, you're not going to see those. And it's all talked up. It becomes folklore, and then the folklore becomes a running joke. So Australians amplify it because they like to pull the legs of the people they're conning.
Yeah.
And so we'll turn around and say, yeah, we've got drop bears. Of course, we don't have drop bears, but they'll drop out of the trees and take your head off and then just run away, and you'll never see the person again. You'll never see the drop bear again.
Yeah.
But
I suppose a real irony would be, jumping into the rhinoceros enclosure and being killed by a panda. You go, fuck, No, I saw a video when we were going through videos on YouTube looking for different like modern spraying techniques. We did come across this one video which was quite interesting of this guy doing it was like a TikTok video about how he wouldn't wear a mask during COVID. It was against his human rights, and I live in a free country and all that sort of thing. And it's a typical kind of Midwest moron, basically. And then they showed video of him spraying a car in 2-pack wearing a mask.
There you go. Well,
yeah.
There's a great episode of The Pit. There's a medical series that's really good. And these people get in a fight in the lobby because one woman's wearing a mask and one isn't. And she said, "How can you believe all this bullshit?" And they get in a big fight. And the woman punches the woman, knocks a tooth out, and gets embedded in her hand. So now she has to get seen as a patient as well. She's just hurt herself. And so the guy said, "So you don't want a mask?" Okay. So, well, your hand definitely needs surgery. So surgeons, mask or no mask? And she's a mask. Because you don't want to get an infection. That's common sense bullshit. Yeah. Masks work, and they also work for fighting viruses. So people are so stupid.
And that being said, I need to fuck off. It was nice chatting with you, everyone.
All right, dear.
And good night. And
thanks, Jesus.
See you next time if I'm still around.
Good to see you, sexy motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Ciao, ciao.
See you, wrong, better.
And speaking of viruses, I actually got swine flu just over a decade ago. It was pretty bad, but it wasn't anything like early 1900s swine flu.
I had to sleep with so many pigs to get that. It took me forever.
Yeah.
But once you've had it, you can find truffles, no problem.
Well, it's funny too because they get these weird outbreaks like we had the Spanish flu outbreak, right? Well, the Americans brought it over there, but it happened in Spain, so they call it the Spanish flu.
Oh, right.
So it's hilarious.
Huh.
Well, there were always derisive names for COVID-19, but in the end of the day, it was like SARS or MERS or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
The problem was that when you've got a national calamity like that moves faster than bureaucracy does, then there's a catch-up phase, and then it's going to take time to mobilise. And it's during that mobilisation phase that everybody forms an opinion and becomes an expert. But anyway,
Also doesn't help when the stupid-ass president keeps calling it the China virus, and then people start getting beaten up in San Francisco and other Chinatown areas.
Yeah, look, there was
So much so they still don't open it at night. Nighttime Chinatown lately, no business.
Really?
Yep,
Yeah.
everyone's getting afraid of being beaten up. There were some people that were killed. There are a couple
Well-
bars open, but that's it. Everything else closes.
But people just take any excuse to cause grief, don't they? Really?
Yeah. A lot of hateful people out there. Scared and hateful.
Yeah, I mean, but you're talking about what Australians do, I suppose. There are a lot of Australian medical inventions which have really helped the world, so I think that's good. You know, the rhesus injection for mothers of
Oh, they have the
different
RH
blood
factor.
types of the
That's their
baby.
thing.
Pardon?
They did the RH. They came up with the RH factor thing.
It was Australian invention, yeah.
I didn't know that.
The isolation of the COVID virus was an Australian thing. The pacemaker was an Australian thing. The bionic ear is an Australian thing. The use of antibiotics for stomach ulcers, Helicobacter pylori, that's an Australian thing.
Wow.
Even the anatomy of the clitoris was first mapped by an Australian accurately.
So it was an Australian that found it.
No,
It was
did you
Helen
see the
it was
recent
actually
mapping?
someone I studied with, Helen O'Connell, who's a professor out at Western Hospital in Melbourne. But she is a funny lady, and she's on YouTube. She's very, very dry, but she does a lot of education for young women to make them.
Yeah.
You talk about the clitoris and you called her dry.
No, their clitoris, as she said, become young women understanding their
dear.
bodies.
But are you
But
talking about the new version of it where it looks like a horseshoe, the one they found
Yeah,
embedded?
it's a 3D.
Yeah.
If you look up 3D printed
I saw that.
clitoris,
It was
you'll
really, really cool. Yeah.
It's shaped like that. So what we see is at the top, but the other lobes may be
Yeah.
different lengths or missing, but sit adjacent to
It's like a wishbone almost.
Yeah, it's that similar sort of structure. But it's the other thing, it's heavily vasculated, it's heavily innervated. And Helen's approach was, I want to be a urologist. I want to be a professor of urology. If I'm going to cut through these surgical structures to treat bladders and other things that are going on, prostates and things, then I want to know what's there. So when I cut through it, I know what I'm damaging.
Yeah.
In terms of sexual function, in terms of urinary retention, in terms of all the things that a normal, healthy individual would
Things
have.
the doctor should care about, right?
Yeah. No, but Helen was great. She was as an 18-year-old. We're standing in our first anatomy session over cadavers, and she was about 6 feet away. She said, "Can I have a look at your books?" And she had Gray's Anatomy, and I had Cunningham's and Last's, and we were going through the anatomy books, and she's looking at the female anatomy, and she's going, "Oh, that's wrong. That's right. It says here it's a rudimentary male. That's wrong. That doesn't even look. There's not even a diagram here for that, you know." So she was, as an 18-year-old kid, a first-year medical student in her second semester of medicine, wanting to solve that freaking problem, and she spent her whole life doing it, which is great to see those moments. And yet on the other side of things, we also had Rob Sitch, one of the guys in the medical class, and Rob was the guy who went on to found Working Dog Comedy Productions, and they, getting back to the NASA story, to do the full circle, they did that Sam Neill movie, The Dish. It's called The Dish, and it's about the satellite dish at Parkes in New South Wales, where they looked after the other side of the Apollo mission. So when,
That's it. Yeah, I remember that.
and it's a great, if you ever get a chance to see it, it's great because it mixes all of the small town Australian lifestyle and people with the story of NASA doing that tracking of the original Apollo mission.
And you guys also did invent the Fairlight, so you got to give credit for that too. So.
Well, the guys in Sydney invented the Fairlight. They're not part of Australia, Sydney. They're the people on the outer. See, there's always a parochial rivalry between Melbourne and Sydney, and of course, we'll take any excuse to claim precedence in Victoria. And I now think that Melbourne's actually a bigger city than Sydney is, so we can claim dominance in terms of numbers. But I'm not sure for how long.
And you also have Young Einstein, where he split the beer atom, right? It was no Yahoo Serious.
Yeah, no. See, that was a construction for America. That wasn't even shown here. That guy was completely unknown here. So it's funny how some people are manufactured for overseas media and entertainment.
Gentlemen, I'm going to make my way, and I will speak to you soon.
Take care.
Take it easy.
Good to see you.
Catch up. Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Look after yourself, buddy. Yeah.
And you keep safe, all right?
We will. Yeah. Cheers.
Ta-da.
Oh, did Ken take off?
He just stepped out of the room for a minute.
Blimey, he's gone.
So how are you, Mr. Joyce? What's going on in your world?
Just too busy to do anything lately. I haven't done any streams or chat things or barely did the hardware jam stuff lately. Just too busy. It just sucks. I wish I could just get a normal job again and have money coming in and more idle time. You know, I mean, today I'm goofing around because it's Thanksgiving, even though I'm celebrating tomorrow with my family. You know, pretty much no one's around, and it's a low key day. So I thought I'd just come on here and chat. Haven't done that for a while either. So
Yeah, no, I haven't done it for a while. I mean, I think I've only had a couple of music projects recently. One was to do an orchestration of an existing song that some kids wanted to sing to, so, or someone wanted some kids to sing to. So
you might have a chuckle. We had a Bernard Herrmann challenge this week in Harbor Jams.
Right.
I did a poor man's attempt at doing some kind of Bernard Herrmann-y kind of thing. You might get a kick out of that, even though it's nowhere near anything Bernard Herrmann, but it's kind of inspired by Bernard Herrmann. So.
Well, that was the basis. That was the brief for the Romper Stomper movie soundtrack. That
Really?
it had to. Yeah, that the guy who was in charge of music for it was a guy called John Clifford White, and he met me at a 40th birthday party back in about 1991 or so. And he was saying, I've got this movie and I want a Bernard Herrmann style soundtrack. And of course, Bernard Herrmann had done the Hitchcock films. And
he's got great stuff. Even Taxi Driver's a great score. It's more jazzy, but
yeah, I mean, they're all. Herrmann used to use a lot of guttural instruments, so to create
low things keyed down way low, like low clarinets.
Yeah,
bassoons,
so bass clarinet, tuba, bass trombone, and they're all the instruments that appear in the Romper Stomper soundtrack. And the other thing he used to do was he used to run his strings with no vibrato, so it was all a very sort of spooky, thin sound, and that almost you can hear the frequencies adjacent to each other, kind of creating a sort of eerie effect, like the Psycho Strings effect, basically.
Yeah, sure.
And so
North by Northwest is a great score. I love that.
They're all good scores. I mean, and that was the whole parody with Mel Brooks in High Anxiety.
Yeah.
You know, with the guys like the scene out of Jewel by Spielberg, where you got the big truck coming up behind the little guy in the car, and he's looking over his shoulder, and then eventually this bus passes with the San Francisco Philharmonic playing the backing
I forgot. Did
music.
Herrmann do Vertigo also?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Look, I'm not really into the Hitchcock movies that deeply, but we knew we had that sort of requirement on Romper Stomper, and that was where it went. But but that it's basically once you've chosen those instrument sounds and the deep percussion like timpani and stuff, you are in that vocabulary of noise anyway. So anything you do will be credible. And
the pitch down stuff is really cool. It's a very eerie.
Yeah, all of it. You know, it's another way to make that sort of orchestral feel, and it's not very common, but for some projects it's appropriate. And so you choose the right bunch of instruments. It's exactly the same that if you were doing a techno thing, you'd get a Trash 808, and you'd get a some sort of bass synthesizer, and you'd make it, you'd make it into a techno track. You get a super saw waveform or some sort of chorus triangle wave, and you'd make the noise that way. And that's the genre. And so each genre has its instrument selection, and each instrument selection is sort of unique to each genre. So part of the game.
Nice. So he did have some variability though, which is cool. A lot of composers sound very similar, but his stuff is kind of pretty different. Even though he did some similar techniques across scores, and he has a fingerprint essentially. But the Taxi Driver score is very different than the other stuff.
But it's also like the composers that did the Warner Brothers cartoons,
Carl Stalling and stuff. That was amazing.
Yeah. And then and Billy May used to do some. Billy May used to write for Sinatra, and so did Nelson Riddle, and so did Marty Paish, David Paish from Toto.
Oh, okay.
His dad was Marty Paish, had a deck
I didn't know
so
that.
a 10-piece big band, and so obviously David Page has a very, very good musical grounding because his dad was one of the greats, and
Yeah.
those guys could churn out a big
Well, his work
band
on the
score.
on the Dune film score was great.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought David's work, because I talked to Steve Porcaro at Synthplex, and he said that was all David. He didn't work on the synth for that at all.
I know that, I mean, he was a good player, and
And the
even his stuff.
orchestration too. He did the orchestration for it.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are all immensely clever, and that's
Yeah.
what you've got to admire. You've got to look for the guys who don't have to brag about anything; they just go away and do it night after night after night, and
Well,
day
the
after
session stuff
day.
they did with Thriller and all that stuff. All those Toto guys are amazing.
It's I think the soundtrack music is an underappreciated genre in itself. And you look at what Peter Gabriel did with Birdie. Yeah, that was a great soundtrack.
Birdie and Passion
Or
is like,
Passion
I
of
love
Christ.
Passion.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah,
shit.
yeah. They are great soundtracks, and it's
If I could have worn a CD out, I would have worn Passion out. Played that
yeah,
to death when I got it.
yeah. I like Birdie. I like the
Birdie's very
I like,
good too, because it's a reinterpretation of some of his famous tracks and stuff. It's fun.
Yeah. He just reused the sequences and changed the
Yeah.
instruments basically.
A lot of
Changed
clever
the-
Fairlight tricks in there, and
And that's what it was about. It was about, but the sound has a certain sonority to it, which is unique, and that's what you look for in a soundtrack.
yeah, he's great.
It's funny because I had a brief about a year ago to write some tracks for a kids' stage show, and they nominated a prototype tune, which was from Wicked, the musical. And, and the problem was, I said, look, you're pitching outside your league there, because you've got two amazing female vocal talents who do multiple takes live. You've got Stephen Schwartz and 6 other writers writing, and you've got an 80 stems in the Pro Tools score. So it's 80 discrete parts that they are putting together to make the sound. I said, and you're trying to do it live on stage with amateur musicians and amateur cast. I said, it's not going to happen. You can have that target, but you're not going to get anywhere close to that live. And I said, that's the essence of why the track appeals to you. It's because of that production value that it has in the studio, but you won't ever have live.
Well, it's funny because a lot of that old Beatles stuff with all the the Day in the Life, all those like layers and crazy sounds going on and stuff. It's like a huge project to do that. And there was a band for a while. The bass player from Dave Letterman's show they did a group called Fab Four.
That was Will Lee. Yep.
Yeah, and that was amazing because they recreated some of those songs live with like a lot of keyboard guys.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was crazy. And then Paul McCartney, I think like 5 years ago or something like that, was doing that with some other people in a similar way.
There's a mob in out of Holland, I think, that has Authentic Instruments that does it as well. So
Yeah.
one's called the Fab Faux, F-A-U-X. Another one's called, I'll think of the name in a second. I'll probably have to Google it. But
Yeah, I've heard of the other one. But you
look
watch
at
those
the
guys, you go, holy shit, they really nailed that. And they're doing so much of it live. It's crazy.
the Fab Four is one. There's Beatallica. There's Britain's Finest from Southern California who do it. A whole bunch of... there are a lot of people doing that stuff.
In the same interview, I heard Paul talking about that. He was also talking about...
the Bootleg Beatles.
Yeah, he was talking about why Wings started the way it did, because he wanted to kind of start from scratch and didn't want to have a bunch of seasoned people playing together. So Wings kind of had a kind of a rough start because he wanted to make it more like the old days in the Beatles when they were coming together and let the magic happen and kind of grow with the band. And it's kind of interesting how he put that, why Wings was formed the way it was.
Yeah, I think the other aspect is that if you've ever played in groups, every group has its own dynamic, and it's a question of everyone's sense of time is slightly different, everyone's sense of playing or phrasing is slightly different, And even if the music's prescribed, you get a certain result from a certain lineup. And if you want to get away from that, you change it. But
Yeah.
the important thing is that a person working alone can't do it because they don't have that interaction and they don't have the vibing of other people.
Well, unless you're Aphex Twin or something like that. So.
I mean, there are some prodigious people out there, or Dead Mau 5 or whatever his name is, and look, there are some solo players who are really, really good and do good demos and good backing. A Prince obviously was one.
Oh yeah, Prince is amazing.
I mean, there's a guy.
I can't believe most of my time I knew of Prince's music, I didn't know he played all that shit. I only found that out like 10 years ago.
It was funny. Alex Ball recently posted some photos of synthesizers that Pete Townsend owned that are in an old technical college in Ealing, just not far from Ealing Common, and that was in those rooms that Freddie Mercury was studying art.
Oh.
So it was a bit of and my old boss in Ealing used to live not far from there. So and their office was across the road. So it was
I love
an
those old
interesting
Who
place.
demos that Townsend had done, just him,
Yeah, on
that
cassette,
they released.
yeah.
Those are great.
Yeah, no, I mean, but there's a guy who just thinks about the problem 24/7. And
Yeah.
if you've got a modicum of talent like Townsend, obviously got huge talent, and you just can sense the energy of a track, then and it happens in your head first, and then he manages to express it or try and capture that energy live. And yeah, he's very, very clever.
And clever too, like playing the guitar through the ARP to make the Bob O'Reilly thing, and it's just really cool.
Yeah, or the organ or whatever it was through the. It sounds a bit like an organ, but it's the whole. The whole concept of experimentation, and he had it
Yeah,
up
where he's mixing synths and guitars, 'cause just like I mean, Eddie Van Halen loves synths as well. It's just supposedly David Lee Roth didn't want him in most of the songs, so he did a lot more synths when Sammy Hagar came in.
Well, you write differently on guitar. I do the occasional, guitar exercise. And
But Van Halen was a piano guy first. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
He
Well,
became this
Brian
guitar god, but he was really a piano guy first and foremost.
Yeah, I was looking online, and I think on Netflix there was a Prime Video, there was a Queen documentary, and Brian May was playing piano live with Queen on some tracks. So
yeah, he's got some great synths on some of their songs. I guess that was him. I didn't know that was Brian May doing that.
Oh no, that was they had what's his name?
Like the Flash Gordon soundtrack has a lot of great synthesizers.
Oh, that had OBX mostly on that. Yeah, had some great noises and a few Prophet noises, but that was I think Flash was about 1983, 1984 or so that was recorded.
1980.
Oh, okay, it was even earlier. All right, yeah. Well,
yeah, I was a huge fan. We went to see it several times in the theater.
Okay, but this goes back to the early days, doesn't it? Sort of.
Yeah. Was that him playing the synths in that? I can't remember.
I don't know who played on that soundtrack. I know that they used to use Spike Edney, who was a guitarist and keyboard player to sort of back Queen, and he was the hidden fifth member. Used to play from off stage, and but anyway, yeah, those guys are all clever, but they could certainly play. That's for sure.
And then, like 2 decades later, he gets an astrophysics degree, right? He got his PhD in astrophysics.
Yeah, well, he had a thesis sort of lined up before he went away and did Queen. So.
Oh, he did. Okay, I didn't know that.
He was sort of in that sphere.
Yeah.
He was even mentioned in the Queen sort of documentary movie.
Oh, really?
Mentioned that he does astrophysics.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it kind of gets a nod there. But interesting band. But yeah, they struggled. There were some great albums early, and then I suppose we forget that they had Queen 1 and Queen 2, and then Sheer Heart Attack. There were 3 albums in before they did Night at the Opera and Day at the Races, which are probably the most commercially successful.
Well, there's a later album where they're actually using a Yamaha demo loop from a Portasound. If you know the keyboard, you can hear it very clearly. Someone actually did a video on it. It's very funny.
Right, okay.
It's one of the later tracks.
I like their oddball stuff. There's a great track on News of the World where just a three-piece without Freddie. It's called Sleeping on the Sidewalk, and it's just a 12-bar blues.
I don't remember that one.
Brian May sings it, and it's just a great swing blues. It's just, there's nothing. It's just so totally different to anything else they had done.
Yeah.
And it was good to see that there were little moments where they could just branch out and do their own thing.
Well, yeah, because even the Under Pressure album and stuff, there's some cool stuff on there that was not usual, typical Queen.
Yeah, I think Freddie was always looking for something new, and I think that caused a bit of friction in the band at times. But
Yeah.
in the end,
I don't remember the name of the album, but that was the one Under Pressure was on.
there was the game, and then
The Game,
there
yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, The Game, yeah.
I think Under Pressure came out about that time. It was a single independently, I think. But
Yeah.
But Under Pressure, there were a couple of versions of that. There was the one with Bowie, and there was the one without Bowie, I think, that they did by themselves. Anyway, Mr. Kent's looking a bit tired there. I might let you get some sleep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kent.
Yeah, I might. Well, I've got an early one to start tomorrow anyway. But no, I was just looking at some of the initial problems that I had before I put Tahoe on, and it looks like a few of them have not changed their status at all, and still doing
Uh-oh.
it. So I still have some figuring out to do.
Did you do percussive maintenance?
No, basically what I did was I put this new OS on, hoping it would just clear up some problems. But
It's got to bang on it. It'll make it better.
yeah, I got to slap it a bit harder, I think.
But is your
so
problem the identifying of devices and devices being forgotten or software being forgotten, or is the problem
No,
due to...
it's software that's saying that I need to grant full disk access to a particular folder, and when I go to settings, it is listed as granted full disk access, and yet it still comes up with exactly the same fault every time. So every time it's installed, it goes, no, failed. Need
Can you
full
go and
disk access."
reapply it? Sometimes the permissions don't get
Yeah,
applied.
yeah, done all that, and it doesn't change. But when you're downloading a 172 gig library each time, and it's going, nah, for exactly the same reason where it's clearly been granted. It's like,
You've got scads of disk space too, so...
well, no, the thing about Contact is it wants to download onto the primary drive of your Mac, regardless of how much disk space you got sitting on the outside of it.
Yeah,
And if you change that location, it gets pissed off.
Yeah.
So
if you drive map to somewhere else, it gets shitty, yeah.
it gets shitty about it. So it's going to its default directory. And there's just certain libraries that are going, no, not doing it. It's like, why? You go, oh, no reason. Just feel like it. It's like...
Yeah, that's
there
the
is-
problem they should fix. That's so weird. They're so picky.
There are some software developers out there who need their backsides kicked till their noses bleed, I tell you.
Yeah.
Because these are problems caused by putting security on the app so it can't be pirated, and it winds up crippling entire machines that have paid for the access to the program.
And they wonder why people pirate stuff.
They just need to be taken with an aluminium baseball bat, yeah.
But I mean, there's even some small updates to certain libraries that will not install. So although the original software has gone in and everything's fine, when you go to do the update, it says, no, you haven't got the disk access to put the update on. It's like, what the fuck?
Here's my take on it. Intel used to have the Pentium 3 chip back in the dark ages. And the Pentium 3 chip had a unique CPU ID. And every chip that came out of the factory had a different number plate on it.
Yeah.
And you could address that through software. So you could effectively run a software anti-piracy scheme that said, oh, you've installed it on this hardware device. I can read the code. It's the same as the one I stored on installation. That's fine. And Intel threw away that feature for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And so thereafter, we've had all these, and I used to do a lot of early stuff with anti-piracy schemes and the Dallas dongle, which was a device you could read that had memory in it that could be addressed. And all of that stuff used to be like an iKey or what have you. It used to protect software piracy from occurring. And but now Intel have discarded all that stuff because it meant differentiating every chip. And we're in a world of pain because of those stupid decisions, and you just want to line up the people who made all those collective decisions and all the committee members and all of the policy members and all the chief technical officers, and you just want to beat them to death, don't you, really?
And dongles are fine until you want to do like virtualized stuff. Then it's like, oh, well, I can't find your device even though it's in the computer that's hosting the virtual thing.
And then you've got cloud stuff, and then you've got people who sandboxy different versions or run different partitions for different versions, and it all becomes very complicated. Nobody thinks about the problem. There should be a global spec to do all that shit before they change the features of these machines.
Yeah.
But a hardware number plate would be a very easy way to implement it without causing grief, and yet they threw that away. All righty, well, I'll let you have a good night, Kent, and we'll catch up next time you're older. Take care, people, and good to see the people in chat. Cheers.
Yeah. All right, everybody. You take care and look after yourselves, yeah?
See ya. Take it easy.
All right. Don't forget to watch PSN tomorrow.
I'll try. Usually I'm actually sleeping at that time, but I'll see now.
I think I will be as well, don't worry. Because it's pre-recorded, thank Christ.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I get tomorrow night off for a change.
There you go. Cool.
All right, go.
Thanks.
See you all later. Take care, everyone. Look after yourselves.
All right.